Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi. How's it going? Check 1. Check 2. I think we're good to go. Hi. Hello. Got a big stream today. And by big, I mean like in importance more than size, really. Hi. Good, how are you? I'm well. I've got a scarf. Yeah, it's actually kind of cold in here, I'll be honest. So, scarf until no longer needed. Scarf until no longer needed. This is working. Good to see. Lovely. I was going to be doing stuff, but don't want to miss stream. You could do stuff and watch stream. That's an option. We must pose for the photo. I'm having a pound note to like emphasize the importance of the stream and also because it's a good visual hook. So everyone please say hi to Twitter while I do a very cold, expressionless face. Ready? Here we go. Hold on. Gotta compose myself. Okay. Okay, cool. I look dead inside. I need a more serious face because that looks unintentionally like I'm dead inside. Hold on. There we go. No, that looks like I'm not looking into the camera, even though I'm looking directly into the lens. What if I look there? Try it again. Hold on. That also doesn't
Join
like...
and Owen is flexing my entire bank account.
How does this not look like I'm looking into the camera? Wait, hold on. Try it again. Hold on. Hold on. Good. But that doesn't look like I'm serious enough. Wait, okay, try it again. Hold on. Lock in. Say hi, otherwise you'll miss it. I'm an actor. Okay. I'm not doing this on purpose. No, I didn't. I'm genuinely taking it every time. I'm legit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that'll do. Frog in mouth. Why did that one get through? Why in all of them? I really don't like this. Is sponsorship's not a word? Why does it keep getting like redlined? That is an old paper tenner. When all of them went out of currency, I had one. I had quite a few actually, and I kept it, and then I was gonna take it. I took all of my tenners out of a little bag I had that I kept them in, and I thought, what is worth more to me, this paper tenner or £10? And I decided this is worth more to me than the £10, so I kept it. as like a little memory of what money used to be like. I realized because the font was different to the new ones. Also because it's not plastic. But yeah, that as well, I guess. Okay. I figured, you know, when I'm older, maybe it'll be cool to look back. I can't tell that through the screen. Don't yell at me. Okay. You don't have to yell at me. I don't like the photo. We're doing it again. I want more expression on my face. We're doing it again. I don't care. Here we go. I'm not doing a blank face. I'm going to smile. No, wait. That one looks soulless. Okay. All right. That'll do.
Wicked Witch.
We've been around. Wicked Witch. That would have made me laugh. That would have made me smile properly. Plus, this one doesn't have any like, you know, stupid juice card thing in the corner. This was blank because of the timing. Is sponsorships just not a word? Sponsorships plural? Or like sponsorships with an apostrophe? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to post it. Right, stop being perfectionist about every small thing. It's just one tweet. Goodness me. Like, slaughter your darlings, you know? Get over it. Who cares? I love this song. This stream is sponsored. I'll go more into that in a little bit. Slaughter your darlings is an expression. It means to get rid of the best bits of your project. The bits that you hold most dear. They're holding you back. You have to be ready to slaughter your darlings, otherwise you'll be held back forever. Is it sponsored? Couldn't tell. Well, there's nothing on screen that would indicate that it's sponsored, mind you. Thank you very much. So I think, yeah, you can't tell. Grim, thank you very much for the 3 months. Esmeralda, thank you for the 2 months. Cownos, thank you for the 11 months. Shadow Dragon Girl, thank you very much for the 37 months. I've noticed that because Owager is said as Owager, I pronounce girl as girl in a lot of usernames, just on reflex. The Enigma, thank you for the 3 months. Are you sponsored by the paper tenor? I'm sponsored by the HMRC. That's right. You haven't done your taxes, and I'm here to tell you to do them. Do your taxes. You've got until the 31st of January. That's less time than you'd think. You can pay in one easy installment on the government gateway or one.login website. I'm a student. Give me your student finance. Give me that. Yeah, we do them at the end of January. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. These are the taxes. Thank you.
I see hot_wolf has gifted 1 subs to chat.
This is what you guys weren't getting. I was saying this. These are the taxes to the Juice Cafe. Your subscription to the Juice Cafe. This video is sponsored by the Calculator app.
You think I have student finance?
Thank you guys all for the...
They don't even give me enough to cover my rent. Linksy dead.
Okay, all right. All right. Linksy dead. This stream is sponsored by Linksy's emotes. All right. Am I just going to do the Tomodachi sound for the entire stream? Maybe. Should I? I feel like there should be other ones. You know what I should do? I should do blooming, what is it? Ludwig's Animal Crossing thing. That would probably be fine for this, right? I don't know, get that would give off the right amount of Ludwig. Where is it? Is it not on Spotify anymore? I swear it was. Emporium? I swear I'm going crazy. Didn't he do that? Ludwig / Musical Emporium? Am I imagining this? Yeah, I guess I am. I guess I never uploaded this. Well, we're doing this now. Is it only on YouTube? Yeah. I think so. I think they only uploaded it to YouTube. And if I play it on YouTube, then technically it will be in the background of the stream, which I guess I could. I was almost certain that they uploaded it to Spotify. Do 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 do. Hold on, I'm looking stuff up. You'll be patient. Of course you will be. No, yeah, it's not on there. All right, never mind then. I'm not playing on YouTube. That's a bad idea. Right, let me do this. Presenter view. Boop. It's a choice. Thank you, Cancer Crab, for the 95 bits, by the way. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Right, before we begin. Okay, cool. That's all fine. Oh, thank you. I think literally more than 50% of that goes to stream elements.
My duty and taxes. Hope he doesn't notice all my other bills.
Yeah, what about your utility bills?
Who said that?
And your rent? What about all that? Thank you very much for the dono. Much appreciated. All right, here we go. Does this work? Whoa! I should be up there, really, shouldn't I? Hold on. Oh, get out the way! Get out the way! Whoa, we can really not read that? Yeah? Huh? What are you talking about? Why are you covering me? I don't even know how to begin moving that. I guess I could go to the top left. I could be here. Is this position hard coded? No, but I've never done it. I've never changed it on the fly. I'm just gonna be like looking this way, I guess. I guess I could just flop my monitors around. I'll look this way. Why not? Beep you. Okay, this is sponsorships in you. Wait, what song is this? This wasn't the song I put on. This is me trying to look for the 25th hour, by the way. It didn't exist. I guess we're just going to let the music play and see what happens, eh? We can see that? Yeah, I'm aware. Stream elements say they don't take a cut from tips.
Welcome to Owen's TED Talk.
They're technically correct, but they do just when I take it out of the account. Like, technically, they take none of it if I leave it in their account forever. Okay, I was kidding. I was kidding about the taxes.
P_eternal_fear tipped £15.02. I wasn't here in a while. Hope the year had a good start for you and everyone.
Are you kidding? It's actually a PowerPoint? Well, yeah, of course it is. What do you mean? Thank you very much for the £15, Eternal. I appreciate that a lot. You guys genuinely don't actually have to give me money. That was a kid. It was a joke. Yeah, the 2 pence is very specific. Okay, so Owen lies sometimes, but never about PowerPoints. Did I say that this wouldn't? Never mind. Okay, anyway, this is a sponsorship. It's about you and me, Owen Juice TV, okay? Because this is my stream, and it's my presentation, and I made it. So I'm here as well, and you can't get rid of me. But it's mainly about you, and me, and sponsorships. It's about all of us, as one big, happy, parasocial family. Right. Here's a table of contents, which are ruined by the fact that I'm in front of them. Why bother? What, is this scripted? Not really. No, I have some talking points, but for the most part, no. Why do streamers say no to sponsorships? what's an agency and why should you care about it? And then the different types of sponsorships. As scripted as any PowerPoint, I suppose, yeah. As scripted as the next PowerPoint. The very next PowerPoint you're going to see is as scripted as that one. Some caveats, this is really important. Number one, I've received no approval from anybody about anything that I've written that felt practice. Yeah, I've written some jokes. I'm a comedian. Oh, whatever, forget it. I'm getting rage baited by my own chat. You weren't even meant to be here. You said you were going to miss this one because you didn't like it. Anyway, I've had no approval from anybody about this. So take everything I say with a big pinch of salt because I haven't checked of anyone about anything. Number two, there's only going to be one number that I mentioned that is like a concrete actual number. You have your wife's approval. You've literally not seen this, so you actually can't say that. It is the number that you care about. It's the number that you're curious about. Those that know. Those that don't will know. But for the most part, elsewhere, I ain't going to talk about any other specific numbers. I don't need you all up in my business. I don't need you all up in my... exactly how much I've got in my pocket. So, number three, much of this is subjective, okay? So, other streamers will probably look at this and be like, I don't agree with that at all. That's not how sponsorships work. That's not how I think sponsorships should work. I disagree on how valuable you think those sponsorships are, etc., etc. Fourth caveat, this stream is sponsored. It actually has been sponsored from the beginning.
The one on the bullet point chat /J.
Not that one. It's a different number other than that. There's many numbers. There's only one concrete number. This stream is sponsored. Have I mentioned it to you? There is a sponsor here. We're sponsored by Google Slides. No, we've been sponsored. I've actually been engaging in the sponsorship from the beginning. You just haven't realized. So we'll get to that later. Fifth caveat, please don't fire me, Twitch or AFK. I'm a good boy, and I like working for you. I like doing sponsorships. I think they're fun. I'm a family-friendly streamer. I don't usually air out the facts of the industry. Please consider this onboarding for new Twitch streamers. That's why we're doing this. That's about as scripted as it gets, I'll be honest. But I am a good boy. Please don't fire me. Thanks. Obviously, I am a Twitch ambassador. I don't know whether I'm allowed to talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to be doing it anyway. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for the highlighted message, and I appreciate that you like my Microsoft streams. You haven't actually seen any of that, but it's a scarf sponsorship. That's right. Congratulations. Okay. So this is a lot of brands, and brands are pretty much everywhere, and sponsorships are pretty much everywhere. Why do advertisers bother? Why do brands bother paying us money to talk about them? Why not just throw a very large net over a much larger audience than what 400 or so on average people, maybe like 2,000 unique people a stream? Why? Well, first off, they do that. That is too many brands, isn't it? They do that. It's just that this is one of the many slices of the pie. But we're going to be going into specifics about why do they do this. Locked in on this presentation. Hi, Georgie. They're borrowing my trust. As a streamer, I'm just going to close Spotify. I trust whatever Spotify music's going to be. As a streamer, you spend years building a relationship with your audience. A sense of loyalty and trust in what you say and what you think. And brands can't buy that sort of loyalty, but they can rent it. They can rent it from me specifically. And that's what they're doing. They're renting these things when they're giving us money. For a short time, my word will mean something to them. Our endorsement means more from some random banner on the highway or like poster on the subway, because it comes from someone that you innately trust, even if you shouldn't. And sometimes you shouldn't, let's be honest. Frankly, you guys have got dreadful judgment when it comes to who to trust a lot of the time. I say you in the general MCYT space, but that's fine. We won't get into specifics. So it's borrowed trust. Secondly, I'm doing the work. It's valuable to them because they don't have to pay. They don't have to make the thing. They've got people hired that do advertisings, and they don't have to pay those people or bother with going through rigorous kind of brand concepts, because I'm doing it for them, and all they have to do is say yes or no to everything that comes across their desk. So it's less work for them in the long run in that capacity. Number 3, I have a very specific targeted reach. As a streamer, I have a demographic. When a company pays for a TV ad, they're kind of piping it out to everyone who's watching at that exact moment. And a lot of the people that are going to be looking at it don't care about the product. But if the company knows that the most likely people to purchase their project or product are 18 to 25s in mainland Europe who really like Minecraft and also been looking at drawing tablets recently, then they could save a lot of money by just giving me the money. And then I'll pitch it to a very small subset, which happens to be 97% of my audience. So they get a really good targeted... That's you guys. For some, that might hit a little more close home to than others. So they get to save a lot of money by not doing a big wide net and doing a very focused thing. And that's why demographics are very important. Oh my, you love drawing tablets and gaming laptops? No ways, I says. Finally, cultural relevance. Streaming is still in. I have to say this in some sense because I'm a Twitch streamer, but it's still in. I think a lot of people think that the streaming bubble of COVID has popped, and the numbers are down across the board. And while that might be true, it doesn't detract from the fact that a lot of relevant media and culture is developed on this platform. And while certain brands might stay on like TV, telemarkets, or catalogs, they don't care about culture being perceived as relevant. It isn't part of their identity. And so by being seen on this, thank you very much, by the way. That's Baron for the gifted sub. They can be seen as culturally relevant, which is something that money, it can't track. As an analytic, you can't track. How hip is this brand? Isn't something that is like measurable in a kind of analytical sense. And so sometimes companies might not realize how helpful it is to do activations on Twitch. Is this secretly a creator camp? Is it a knockoff? It's Creator Cafe. We're doing Creator Cafe here. This is Creator Camp with me having a teensy bit more freedom in being able to say a couple of things that I probably wouldn't get away with saying on Creator Camp because I've got to be very professional. You might be wondering, Owen, why do you have these sort of reasons in your back pocket? And that's because part of my job as an ambassador is sometimes to act as an interviewee panel person at places where companies are to talk to them about the value of why activating on Twitch is. This is something that I actually do. I go to usually London, usually the Twitch office, and I'll do a little talk about how cool Twitch is and how people should give us money while we're streaming on Twitch. And it's good. And it's good that we do that because otherwise brands might not realize that it's valuable to be on Twitch in a kind of like paid essence. Nico, thank you much for the 20 months. So that's why some brands might bother in the first place. But why do we say no? That's what it says behind here. It says, why say no? I think there's only 4 reasons why streamer would ever refuse sponsorships. Oh, you're jumping in. Well, don't look at that. Stop looking at that. That's spoilers. This is my presentation. I'm doing it. You did take that photo, Georgie. We're in front of the Thames. We're at a brutalist art exhibition at the background, I think. This man just declined 300 euros to play a mobile game on stream for 2 hours. That's 150 euros an hour, where the work in question, might I remind you, is playing a video game for a stream that he was going to do anyway. And if he didn't like the video game, then he could just delete the VOD afterwards. It's a stream, not a YouTube video. And I think it's only fair that we label him an idiot. I know this isn't the point, but look at that. Look at the glow up. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Actually, the hair's not really looking great today. I'm going to be honest. I'm not pleased with it. This guy's an idiot. Like, for all intents and purposes, he just denied, what, 300 euros to play a game that he was going to do anyway? This is what the average non-content creator will think if you were telling them that. In fact, that's what my parents would probably think. And in fact, they do think that I'm an idiot sometimes when I tell them that I deny certain sponsorships to play certain games on my stream. And that's because they don't understand the 4 reasons as to why a content creator might refuse a sponsorship. And we're going to go into those now. Take a guess now. Vote now on your phones over what these 4 icons mean while I take a drink. Yes, of course. Temperature. It's not. I just realized that is the not washable symbol, isn't it? It was the closest I could get to a stop sign. Don't put in the dryer. Temperature, poll, don't wash, trash. Streamers don't wash. I just grabbed the first icons I could see. I'm going to be honest. Okay. If I promote something that is trash, my audience will remember that. My credibility as a streamer is finite. And it's something that I spend every time I do a sponsorship, even if the sponsorship for the product is an overall like good thing. It's just plainly good. Wait, he said trash before we got to the trash icon. Hold on. Don't get ahead of ourselves. Like, anytime I do anything, I am spending a little bit of that credibility. And if I do that too many times, my word begins to mean less, and thus my audience's follow through, which is a big part of the selling point for me personally when discussing bands, also begins to dwindle. So what I mean by that is, Owen Juice TV is a brand that I can say when discussing with sponsorships that you guys have really good follow through. They'll always get on board. They'll always get excited. I can only do this few times for a few sponsorships every quarter, because even the most diehard fans among you would get bored of downloading some random game to get to a certain level in that game for the 5th time in a week. You might be like, oh, that's not true. That's not true. I'll play every game that you tell us to play. But you will get bored. You absolutely will at some point. You've got better things to do. And because I physically can't see that you're the one that got bored, there's no accountability. And so naturally, you will just stop. So I have to be careful about it. It's true. It's true. Also, something that you guys do really well, which I'm going to tell you now as a little inside scoop. I heard this from somebody who is big. I can't say their name, but they're big in advertising in terms of they work high up in an advertising area. Brands don't like it when a YouTuber or Twitch streamer's audience goes, and I think I've said this before, get that bag, sis. Yo, get that bag in the comments. Because a brand sees that and they go, okay, they don't care. They're just after the bag. We've just paid them money for their audience to pretend to like this thing. So if you think you're going to say that to a Twitch streamer or YouTuber in the comment section of one of their things, don't. Instead, seem like you're genuinely interested in it and you'll help them out that way. Or just genuinely be interested in it if you trust your streamer enough. It's up to you. The strange thing is...
Also always do your resource if that company treat their employees badly.
Don't steal from my presentation. We're getting that later. Stop it. Okay, so the strange thing is certain brands actually build credibility. When I worked with a certain brand that we're going to be talking about later, it was such a massive brand that I was partnered with that saying that I was partnered with them was almost a borderline privilege. It made me look good to my community. It made me look good to Twitch. It made me look good to other streamers. And so there are sponsorships which are credibility deposits, and then sponsorships which are credibility withdrawals. And you go back and forth on that. And that's something that I got from Walt Disney, the man. I stole that line from him. Not that I'm a big fan of him, but he thought about credibility, like deposits and withdrawals in terms of like the image. And I only just remembered that that's where I got it from as saying it out loud just then. So, we're doing some The Sisters Animal Crossing. But I'm not being honest with you here. I've lied to you. Court, I'm sorry. There's a secret sentence behind this sentence here that you can see. Credibility is finite. Another way of saying that would be credibility has a limit. And another way of saying that would be credibility has a price point. My credibility has a price point. Your game might be actual dog's doo-doo, But if you offer me an obscene amount of money, I reckon I can shelve my distaste for it for 2 hours to make that happen. Case study time. Ding, ding, ding. I need a bell. Oh, I didn't prepare this. Can you hear this? This is the case study bell. I don't know if this is even coming through. Quick history lesson. Eggy Party, yeah, we're doing this. It's a mobile game developed by NetEase that was later released on the Nintendo Switch. It is essentially China's answer to Fall Guys. Don't stop it. Hold on, stay with me. It's hard to overstate how massive this game was in China. According to Statista, which you can see in the source at the bottom right hand there, they reached 40 million daily active users in 2024, and by 2024 had reached 750 million in mobile spending, which is insane. I actually didn't know how popular this game was until I did research for it for this presentation and for this slide specifically, which you'd be surprised given that I worked for them. As you may know, in Minecraft, you do a lot of building, and I sometimes wonder to myself whether the building skills I've learned in Minecraft could translate to other games as well. And it just so happens that I've been challenged to build a map in Eggy Party. It released just the other day, so there is a lot of people who are very new to it. I'm going into completely unexplored territory here. I have played a few games, and I did surprisingly well in them. I won, so, you know, that's about as good as you can do. Good job me, I guess. We're gonna make it, I think we'll make it a race. I think it'd be cool to have like a... It's only been 27 seconds. Doesn't this feel like the longest video ever? It feels like 7 minutes when I watch it. It's only like a minute and a half long. Let's skip to the end, because my goodness, it's actually kind of difficult to watch. That's the end. Gotta give Eggy Party credit. The map maker is actually really, really detailed. So fair play to them. Made by Owen's Juice TV on Twitch. Yes, the real one. I guess building in Minecraft does help with other games. I guess it does. Great. So usually I would not take sponsorships for mobile games. However, there were a few caveats. Number one, I was able to play it on an emulator on my computer, which meant that production was easier. Number two, the only microtransactions that existed on the game were purely for cosmetics, which was important to me because I didn't want to sponsor or activate with a brand or company or game that did like pay to win stuff. You couldn't like pay money. Saying fair play to your sponsor. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? Looking back at it. Like you can kind of see that I'm like actually a little bit taken aback about the fact that it was a pretty good game, because I was like, you know what, fair play. I misjudged you. And it is a fine game. Like there's a reason why it's so massive, and it's because it was a fine game. But visually, from the outside perspective, it looked like a mobile game, and some people would look at that and go, why did you work with them? And it's because the sponsorship was mainly on my TikTok. What do I mean by that? Well, there is a different willingness to activate on different platforms for different streamers. Certain platforms are deemed by streamers as more credible and thus more protected than others. In case you're wondering, this is my level of willingness to activate. There's Instagram and Twitter on the bottom. Then there's TikTok. Then there's Twitch. And then there's YouTube. My YouTube videos are few and far between and are serialized content that people will come back to again and again and again. They're way more permanent than my streams. So even though my overall value to me as a creator, Twitch is like higher than YouTube, I get more eyes on my YouTube content for longer. And as such, I'm more cagey about what I put on my YouTube. So like, I wouldn't do a Avatar Ash and Fire YouTube video, but I would do one for Twitch because it's like, it's a 2-hour stream and then we move on. And I enjoy the game to play it for 2 hours, but I probably wouldn't make an entire dedicated, edited, refined video because my videos take a long time and I don't want to just like pump out anything. So, you know, there's a buy-in there and that's it. There's no other reason. Eggy Party gave me a lot of money. They offered me, if I'm going to put this in better terms, they offered me an above market rate for what you would expect for the deliverables. Deliverables being the thing that you do for the brand. So like making a TikTok, making a tweet, putting something in your about page, putting something in your title, having a chat like message or timer, YouTube videos, anything that you're delivering to them. They gave me an offer that was pretty good for a single TikTok. And they didn't offer it to me. They offered me that rate, and they didn't offer it to me once. They offered it to me 6 more times. They gave me so much money for these TikToks that my friends started referring to them as my eggy daddy, which we don't need to unpack any further. Yeah, 7 times, but they gave it to me 6 more times after the first one. It got so bad that I had to... They went, again? Do you, more? And I physically had to be like, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't say what the usual rate is because it depended on the creator, but they were paying about 3 times the rate for a single TikTok. I had to say no more eggy. I literally went back in my emails in order to find the exact message, and the exact message was that I sent to my manager, Hugo. Can I have a couple of days to think about this? I just need to decide whether I can stomach any more eggy. So yeah, that sometimes we'll get. Yeah, sometimes they offer you enough money that it's worth it. But here's a little compilation. I am unnaturally good at Eggy Party. We're back in Eggy Party. Eggy Party has just released a new season called Creating Maps in Eggy Party. Eggy Party has grown. One of the main things that we want to look at is this thing here, AIGC. This is going to help us generate a bunch of content today. Uh-oh, what does that mean? We'll come back to that point later. Ooh, stay tuned. Okay, so so why don't I tell you about all that? Different platforms are worth different amounts. There was no buffer videos. Yeah, these were back to back to back. If you go on my TikTok, you'll see they're like in a row. Yeah. Different platforms are worth different amounts to streamers. For example, I wouldn't have ever made an Eggy Party YouTube video, probably, but I was more than happy to make 7 Eggy Party TikToks. So I wanted to tell you about that. I did actually enjoy playing the game, and the map maker was actually fun, but we're going to get into the disconnect between what the streamer experiences and what the viewer sees in just a moment. I wanted to show you that I will accept deals that aren't ideal if the payout is worth it. Does that mean, Owen, that you would accept a large amount of money for something that you would consider unethical? That's a strange hypothetical question. I don't see why you'd ask that. It's not like that's ever happened. Right. I actually can't be too specific with this one, as it's not entirely my own story to tell. And I don't want to get into trouble. I was working with some very lovely people to make a very cool idea happen. All we needed was a buyer. Somebody who was willing to pay us money to make that idea happen. And we got one, and they offered us 1.5 years of what my annual salary is to do it. So that's 18 months of my work for a single thing, which is a dream come true for a lot of creators. The kind of thing that you pray to happen on a weekly basis. All I needed to do was go to a location, film a few things that would be done by a professional crew, doing some pretty insanely fun things that I would normally do anyway, which would be uploaded online, and then I would pay for it. The only possible hurdle was if the works related to the entire concept of the thing I was doing was some kind of global IP whose legacy had been tarnished permanently by an ostracized and radicalized author who the LGBTQIA community that I am a part of sees as the figurehead of TERF behavior and rightfully distances themselves from, and anyone who associates with said author. That would suck, wouldn't it? What a shame that would be if I was given an offer for 18 months of work and the people who were offering it were very excited to have me on board, and then I couldn't do it because of a dreadful thing called morals. That would suck. So it didn't happen. That was years ago, by the way. It's always the wrong-ins. It's always the wrong-ins. It's dreadful. Can you imagine that was the sponsor of this? That's why the offer was so good, because they needed to launder the perception. I think so. What I'm trying to say is, yes, streamers' credibilities have price points, but hopefully in regards to how polished is your product and not how associated to turf is your IP. So this begs the question, and this is a purely hypothetical here. If I was offered £1 million to work with that IP, would that be the price point in which I say yes? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I know the answer to that. I don't know, because it's a hypothetical. Would it be okay if I accepted the money and then donated all of it to the Trevor Project? Would that be a net positive for the world? I don't know. These are questions that fall outside of the realms of sponsorships and orbit more around ethical concerns. But it's like, as a streamer, you have an owed responsibility to decide the net positive of what you're choosing to do. Marginal cost versus benefit, morally grey situations. I hope none of us have to ever be put in that situation, because it's very uncomfortable. Sometimes you refuse activations and sponsorships due to your own morals, and sometimes due to the perception of those morals from your audience. For example, I knew that Eggy Party was a fun game and that it didn't have microtransactions in terms of like paying to win, apart from like, you know, cosmetics, which every game seems to have, and we've all decided that that's okay for some reason. But my audience doesn't know that. And so I'm paying off some of my credibility as a creator when I work with them, even though I know that I'm okay with it. The tricky part is when you're comfortable with the moral implications of something and your audience isn't. That's when things get dicey. Case study time. Case study time. Hypothetical case study time. Imagine, if you will, a scenario where you as a streamer work with an incredibly reputable company. Is that me pointing at a suitcase? Oh, that's me pointing at an elephant. Imagine you're a streamer that is working with an incredibly reputable company. We're talking like A-class standard. This is a credibility building sponsorship, not a credibility detracting one. And then one day, while you're working for that company, there's a knock knock. Who's at the door? It's AI. Yep. I warned you. I said it was coming back, and here it is. It's now here. You can't ignore it anymore. In the eyes of the boardroom, every single brand ever is doing AI. The stockholders are asking, why are we not doing AI? The company is being offered money to work with AI. We have to look at why, like, we have to look like we're involved in the forefront of technology. I don't care what you do, just put AI in the product somehow. You need to do it. This is what the CEO is saying. Put AI in the product. So they throw together some kind of AI-powered website builder. And now you as a streamer are being told that you need to hit these talking points, one of which covers their brand new AI-powered website builder. So you take a look at it. It's crazy. You take a look at it and you find that it isn't actually AI. It's not a large language model in the traditional sense. It's AI in the same way that a chat bot from 2021 is AI. Like, it reads your messages and translates them into buzzwords, and then like uses pre-made, pre-designed, human-made assets in the website. But you can't say that in the pitch. You absolutely have to pitch this like it is the new AI on the market. It's the cutting edge. It uses all of the main technology. What do you do? So you maybe you read the lines, you upload the video, and your audience are not happy with you. They're doing OJTV no. They're doing this. Combos of that. You lose their support. People on Twitter are saying that you hate artists. But you can't come out publicly and say, hey guys, it's not actually AI, because you're bound by a contract. Now stop imagining this, because it's happened many times and will continue to happen many more times. It's happened to very specific people who I won't name in the MCYT community. This is no longer hypothetical. It's happening and it's real. And over time, website builders most likely will end up using LLMs. In fact, some might do now that I don't know about. In which case, swap out the words website builder for laptop company and swap out AI website builder for built-in AI that manages your computer resources, which is just a resource management software, or a TV that claims that it has like upscaling AI compatibility, but it's just a picture processor that has already existed for years already, or an AI fridge, where the AI is a temperature sensor, you know, the ones that fridges have when they're high end. And it has an inventory management system, which is a camera inside of the fridge. So now as a streamer, you have to decide between deliberately blacklisting most major tech companies, which are the highest paying companies, by the way, or getting eaten alive by audience. And all the while, you can't come forwards and say, guys, it's not actually AI. It's old features of a new coat of paint. This is the kind of trouble that you can get into when you're a Twitch streamer and you are having to navigate sponsorships. For example,
but there's one more thing that I want to show you guys, and that thing is Omni generation. Basically, you can input whatever you like here, and it will create that as a model that you can put into the game. So there you go. I've put in white car, and I can grab this, load it in, and it is there. Let's move it to the correct spot. Let's scale that up a bit, give it a nice rotation, and there we go. We now have ourselves a car that we can interact with.
is this AI? Not really. It's making a low polygon version of the thing that I'm telling it to. I tell it to make a white car and it makes a gray car. Did it have the words AIGC on it? Meaning AI general content that I had to read in order to get paid? Yeah. And it was terrifying. I didn't know what was going to happen. Thankfully, I think I made such a boring TikTok that no one really cared about it. But I weighed the pros and cons, didn't think it compromised on my ethical boundaries, didn't think it was a really what you would call an AI in the same way that ChatGPT is an AI, and figured that my audience would understand and made the call. And we as content creators are doing that all the time. Pretty much every single time we get a sponsorship. The company who, for some reason, hasn't seen any of the discourse when it comes to AI will be like, please hit this talking point. And then we'll come back to them and go, if you do this, no one will buy your product because no one wants your product to have AI in it. And they go, I don't get what you're saying. Everybody loves AI. It sucks. It's tricky. So there you go. That is another reason why you might say no, because it's tricky and you're causing social suicide in a way, I suppose. The final reason why you might say no is because you just don't need to. One of the best parts of being a streamer is you are your own boss. And if you're lucky enough to not need a sponsorship, then why chase the money needlessly when you could just keep doing what you're doing? So it's not just about turning down 300 euros to play a game for 2 hours. You're attaching your honor to a company which, need I remind you, is not your friend. They're making a calculated bet that paying you X will return X amount more in sales and brand awareness, which innately isn't a bad thing to do, but it's still business at the end of the day. The responsibility of what I attach myself to falls solely to me as a creator. What's an agency? We've covered why some brands bother with sponsorships and why Twitch streamers might not want to bother with sponsorships. But an agency is part of being a Twitch streamer. Not for everybody, but for most. Agencies act as the go-between for creators and brands. They find sponsorships on a creator's behalf, handle negotiations and contracts, chase payments so that you don't have to, and in return, they take a cut. Hi, American Heart Association. In return, they take a cut of the amount that they settle on. Agencies are helpful because they already have existing relationships with brands that we as creators might not have access to. They have an incentive to get as much money from every deal as possible because they get a percentage of that money. It's like an actor's agent. Yeah. Agencies are not multi-level marketing companies, which are also known as MLMs. That's a whole different topic for another day that I can answer questions about some other time. You might be thinking at this point, if you're a content creator, big or small, do I need one? How do I get one? When should I get one? Do I need an agency? I'm not saying you don't ever need one. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get one. I myself am with an agency and I've experienced far, far more work through them than I otherwise would have. because I don't have the time to network and get out there looking for every single sponsorship with every single company that I could like talk to. Most smaller streamers would need one later than they would think. And getting one doesn't inherently mean you can go full-time as a streamer. So like, definitely consider it at some point. Do agencies really give a sense of community for creators? It's nice to belong to an agency that other people that you are friends with as streamers also are with, because you'll get a lot of the same stuff together, and then you'll get to do the sponsorship together. Like if it's a party game online, that can help. But it's not required to be a creator. You don't need an agency, but it can really help. And you're going to see an example in a little bit of what a manager looks like when they don't call themselves an agency, and what they can do for you, which we'll get to in a second. Oh, captions, please. Hold on. Hello. I haven't heard this song in ages. What song is this? Oh, it's Kevin McLeod. This is like the go-to for like stock copyright free music. Oh wait, but he ended up using AI, didn't he? He now uses AI these days. He's fallen from grace. No. This is what I mean. We literally can't win. Okay. Moving on. We're wrapping up, sort of. We're going to talk about the different types of sponsorships. Look at these lovely icons. Don't they give so much info onto what to expect? Doesn't it make you think, well, I need to stick around to see what the fifth one is? How could you? It's not my fault. I didn't do it. Yeah, that's right. The second type of sponsorship is Bitcoin. Okay. Receiving a company's product, box, coins, graph, money shield. Receiving a company's product in return for talking about said product is a pretty common practice. It can be a good way to build experience when working with brands. As an example, the Asus ROG Strix Scar 17 series, which is burnt into my brain. I received payment for making deliverables about the laptop, but I also received the laptop itself, which at retail value would add a significant amount to what the overall, say it again, the Asus ROG Strix Scar 17. It added value by being a product that was worth a lot that I needed anyway. I needed a laptop. They went, hey, if you do a stream for us about the laptop, we'll pay you a little bit of money and we'll give you the laptop. And I went, cool, that laptop's worth like 3K. Absolutely. And I still use it today. So getting product isn't always bad. And I don't think brands know how up for just product-based sponsorship streamers are. I know a lot of streamers who would happily be paid in product for certain reputable brands. They have to be reputable. They have to be a product that somebody actually wants. For example, back when I was a smaller streamer, I absolutely would have been paid in Subway in order to talk about Subway all the time. Now I don't even eat at Subway because they ignored me. Never do promo ship for free. That's the big top tip. Never give them free promo ship. Never give them free sponsorship. Ghosted them. They ghosted me, I leave. That's not true. They did respond to many of my emails, but they definitely gave me the impression that they didn't want to. Getting product is only best with a product item you would be paying for. Yeah, then it's basically just subsidizing the cost of what you would otherwise be paying for. Next type, flat rates. Flat rates are the bread and butter of sponsorships. Take this money, play this game for 2 hours, do a tweet about it. Regardless of the amount of people that will turn up to stream or whatever, click whatever link we give you, we'll give you the money. This is the main type of sponsorships for creators. It's the ones that we prefer the most because it's guaranteed money. We don't have to worry about who's going to be there in chat on the day. We don't have to shill the product to make it worth our time. We just have to engage with the product in like a meaningful and positive way. It's a flat coin. Did you see? It's like just that coin. The only downside is you can sometimes undersell yourself if you don't know what you're worth. It's scary to turn around to a brand and go, give me X amount more for playing this game, because it sounds very egotistical. This is when having a manager or agency can come in handy to negotiate on your behalf. And they basically play bad guy. Like, they'll go to the brand or company and be like, we need X amount more. And then your name isn't tarnished if the person ends up, like if the brand doesn't end up taking it. You get to keep a clean conscience. You don't have to do the awkward thing of being like, give me more money. You just need to make sure that the agency that you're working with does it in a way that you want to, because maybe you would actually be willing to accept a low amount to work for a certain brand that you might want to work with. So there's a trade-off there as well in terms of transparency and communication. CPMs. CPM stands for cost per mile. It generally means cost per thousand. I tried to do like some really cool research onto where the term CPM came from. At first, I found that it was to do with the motor industry. Then I found it was to do with the printing industry. Then I found that it was only created in 2012 because of an online catalog. And then I just gave up because I couldn't find I'm not H-bomber guy. I don't have time to go into every like chasing down how far the rabbit hole goes. I'm also not CGP Grey. I can't go to like the ancient library to try and find out what the niche reference of the first ever reference for CPM means. So unfortunately, I don't have a cool tidbit for you there. Is it different CPMs or the, hold on, is it different CPMs or the same acronym? It's all pretty much, CPMs just means in a general term, cost per thousand. Some people think that it's CPM as in M as in 1,000, as in the Roman numeral. But basically it just means in sponsorship terms, you get paid a base amount and then you get paid a certain amount for every new user that downloads and plays the game. They're usually games that you're doing this. This is your Raid Shadow Legends, basically. Important to note is that the user doesn't need to spend any money for you to get paid. They just have to like download the game and then play up to a certain amount. Thank you, 20 Pastor, for the 20 months. That is a long time. Much appreciated. Thank you, 20 months. CPMs are risky because they require your audience to put in their time to make it worth your effort. If you have an engaged and dedicated audience, this can go well, but either way, it's going to take effort from somebody, and it's usually your audience. The telltale signs of a CPM sponsorship is getting an email saying XYZ wants to sponsor your stream. You can earn up to $7,000 with a guaranteed base rate of $10. This is not an edited screenshot. I just typed in the word sponsorship into my emails and clicked the last one I received. This came to me 2 months ago. So how did we get here? CPM sponsorships used to not be so bad. You might remember I've taken a few in order to like, you know, bump up the monthly income every now and again. Unfortunately, for better or worse, the barrier for entry for these sorts of sponsorships, the brands that do these sorts of sponsorships, has been made drastically easier over the past 2 years. And the more people that have access to these sponsorships, the more chance there is of someone accepting a sponsorship like the one here when another person wouldn't accept it. These days, it doesn't matter that I didn't accept this sponsorship. Someone will take this. And because someone else will take this, we have created a race to the bottom where as long as someone else is willing to take this paycheck, they'll just keep lowering the prices until they find where they like bottom out in terms of value for money and value for time. Which is tricky. And one of the main reasons why a lot of established full-time content creators don't touch CPM sponsorships. That being said, if you are a content creator that is trying to upgrade their microphone, upgrade your camera, pay for like new emotes, you might already be working another job part-time to make ends meet, and an extra $60 from playing Call of Mythical Beasts Legendary Edition or whatever is the difference between a Turtle Beach headset for a mic and a Blue Yeti microphone. There's no shame in getting your feet underneath you to basically give yourself a push upwards that you need. You'll see a lot of like starting out streamers when they're trying to upgrade their kit will take these sorts of sponsorships because, hey, when you're starting out, $100 is $100. But once you've established yourself, you tend not to play with these sorts of things because your audience and time is worth more than what you're being offered.
Hello, Owen and chat.
Thank you very much, House of Cartoons, for 2 months. Much appreciated. What else have we got here? Oh, affiliate links. Affiliate links and commissions. They're sort of like CPMs, except that they mean that you make money when your audience spends money. That, and they usually come from more reputable brands that are selling like physical goods. You'll find a lot of people on TikTok do like affiliate Amazon links, being like, I just got this new ice cube maker. Well, wow, we click on the TikTok shop. They get a commission every time you buy the thing. You'll usually have a code of them, and they will usually be longer term companions to the channel. An example of this for myself would be Bisect Hosting. Bisect Hosting are actually 2 types of sponsorship here. I get free servers from them, so you could consider that being paid in product. And I also have an affiliate link in the description. You'll notice I don't talk about Bisect much. They've been very good to me. They've been very, very kind and always help me when I have an issue. But I prefer their involvement on my channel to be a more passive one rather than actively being like, have you guys got a do you need a host? You want a Minecraft server? Check that Wicked Witch. Sorry. I've just dated the whole stream with that meme. Dang it. So, you know, you can have affiliate and commission links, and they're usually really good, but it's usually up to you how hard you want to shill on them. But importantly, if you're going to sign up for commission-based payments with a brand, you've got to believe in the brand. That's just a requirement. This is your audience paying someone else money who isn't you. So if the product sucks, a bad scenario is that they don't like the product, but you do, in which case that's just personal taste. But if you don't like the product, then you're just being dishonest, and your audience will eventually notice that you're being dishonest, and then any credibility or trust that they have in you is basically gone forever. So you've really got to gel with a sponsor in order to be like an affiliate commission-based thing with them. More on that later. Oh, foreshadowing. And then finally, probably why you're here, unless you're just here for vibes, ambassadorships. Long-term partnership with a company, the holy grail of all sponsorships. These are almost exclusively S-tier companies. These are household names. They like what you do so much that they're willing to pay you a monthly rate on a fixed length contract just for you to keep doing whatever you're doing and for them to be involved in whatever you're doing. We're talking companies like Samsung, who are deeply integrated into the influencer network. You might notice that some people use Samsung exclusively. That's because they're partnered with Samsung. They're ambassadors for them. They get paid for using the phone that Samsung have. And another company that we're talking about, Tommy Hilfiger. Whoa, who could have seen that one coming? Whoa. A curveball to the industry back in 2022. No multinational clothing company had, or I think has since, done a long-term ambassadorship with any content creator. They treated me incredibly well, especially given that I had their recruitment email for 3 months because I thought that they were a scam. Every month, I would get a box which would have 4 articles of clothing. I would meet up with Scott's Major. We would take photos. And then once every week, I would upload one of those photos and wear that clothing on stream as I started up. But of course, it was so seamlessly easy that I didn't just wear the clothes for that one stream. I would wear it for the entire week, which means my fashion sense became Tommy Hilfiger. I had them for 3 months, but they still wanted you. No, I had them for 3 weeks, not 3 months, goodness. For a year, my fashion sense was Tommy Hilfiger. Ambassadorships are so valuable to streamers because they generate financial compensation over a long period of time at a fixed rate that we can then rely on. And that's the whole stream. That's it. I've ummed and ahed over whether or not I want to talk about my financial life in the public space, especially this specific deal. Peter the Elephant's here. I'm going to say this because it's been a long time since I've worked with Tommy Hilfiger, because I'm in a completely different space than I was when I worked with Tommy Hilfiger. Because I think being scared to talk about money actually just is a detriment to everybody else. And we as content creators, if we're more transparent about how much we're earning, means that we can all earn more, and the products and companies that we're working with get better results, because the more they pay, the more interested we are in working with them. But before I go any further, I have to credit the man that made the figure that I'm about to tell you possible. Taha Khan, otherwise known as Can't Stop Me Online, is the man who somehow is everywhere online all at once and has connections to every person you know online in some capacity. It's just true. He's kind of like the Kevin Bacon of the online world, which is a very niche reference now that I consider it. And I think that actually, I think only the UK audience is really going to, yeah, who's that? Never mind. Doesn't matter. Currently, Taha's doing a lot of different things, but he's part of the main thing, 6 Degrees of Taha Khan, legitimately. He's part of the three-person team that runs Answer in Progress. Here it is. I would recommend you check it out. It's a YouTube channel that is entirely dedicated to making videos for me to watch while I eat my lunch. As in, like, specifically me. They make the videos for me. I met Taha through an Among Us lobby. I know that, yeah. Back when nobody was allowed to go outside. And one day, I uploaded my beating the Wither trapped in the Nether on hardcore video, which I'm only slightly salty about the fact that if you YouTube that, Abolish's video comes up before mine. But whatever, you know, maybe that was my fault. I didn't know how to do content back then. Doesn't matter. You were there for that video, Georgie. In fact, you're in my anecdote. My friend Georgie, who I didn't expect to be in chat at the time, who I played Minecraft with. I played an old game called Nail, which was a tower defense sort of siege mechanic, old Minecraft map made with command blocks. Georgie saw that I uploaded this, and I asked Georgie for help on how I could make it better. And Georgie asked me to get into a call with Taha. And the three of them, or the two of them, basically gave me some advice, which boiled down to Taha saying, delete the video and upload it on a new channel. Because I'd uploaded it on a magic channel. Your president assumed was too enticing. Oh, good. I'm pleased. I've come a long way knowing how to get people to click on streams and videos. I used to have a different channel, and then Taha went, make a new one that is specifically dedicated to Minecraft, and upload it there. He also suggested I make a TikTok account with Georgie's seconding of that, and upload the video in 1-minute segments. And as with many of Taha's thoughts, this turned out to be a good idea. It essentially kickstarted my career. So when Tommy Hilfiger approached me to work for them, I asked Taha for help and to act as my negotiator. And he essentially became my manager. And he became this manager for free because he's very kind. When I asked him later on why he was giving me all of this advice for free, he explained that it was due to a belief in me being able to do well in the space, and that he would reap the costs and the benefits later on down the line when I was larger as a streamer and could financially support myself enough to be able to reimburse him for his time. He did become my manager before Tommy Hilfiger even graced my DMs. So we didn't have any specific paperwork. He just was a kind friend who gave me advice. He hopes that I'm trying to take creative consulting as an avenue this year in similar veins to that, what I did for you, so I will not be knocking for a quote and reference. Oh, absolutely. Wait for a quote. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like a quote as in an invoice. I was like, wait, hang on, what? Yeah, Taha gives a lot back to the online space. And whether or not it goes well for him, he doesn't matter. He just wants people to make cool stuff. So he was helping me out, and Tommy Hilfiger came along, and he's been a negotiator for this sort of thing for a while, and he knows a lot on what to do and what to say in order to make certain things happen. So words of Georgie is good at things. I can do that. I say that all the time. Through a sequence of events and strategies that I won't waste time talking about because they're Taha's actions and not mine, Taha managed to settle on a final price of £4,200 per calendar month, or £50,000 for the year. So that was crazy. And I'm not like flashing cash here on purpose. I'm not being like, where's the money now, Owen? Listen, when I say this, I'm not trying to say it as in I was very charitable. I'm saying it as in I was stupid. I gave a lot of it away. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, what a saint I am. I gave a lot of it away to my friends and a lot of it to charities that I believed in because I didn't need it. Because I used up amounts of it for the month. And then I'd be like, I don't need all this extra cash. And then I just was it a wise move? Who knows? I think it was a move, and it's fine. But if you're expecting me to be like, and here's that £50,000 now, I don't have it anymore. Half of it is in an S&P that happened. So that was a wise decision. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. He retained a percentage of this figure, Taha, for his work in the negotiation phase. I want to make it very clear. He was definitely reimbursed for his time. This was the reimbursement that he was talking about in terms of hitting it big. For a year after he did the negotiation phase, the only thing that he would need to do is email them being like, hey, can we have the payment through, please? And then they would send it. But as an example of stuff that he did that was really, really good, I think I was the only one in the entire Team Tommy thing that had a clause in that if I was paid a month late, they would owe me 10% more per month. And very often, he put that in at the very end. And very, very often, we would hit the 29th day of overdue, and he would go, hello, just to remind you, if you don't pay tomorrow, you'll receive a 10% additional invoice. And it would be same day. Weekday, weekend, doesn't matter. So this is what helps having an agent or a manager in the field can do. This is what they're meant to do. This is why they're taking a percentage of your cut when you eventually work with companies. Because they're looking out for you and they're making sure that you don't never get paid. It's safe to say that this was an obscene amount of money for me. Was it an undeserved amount of money? My imposter syndrome and critical nature wants to say yes. They're paying someone this much money to wear these nice clothes on stream is insane. But that would be the thoughts of somebody who doesn't understand content creation. What a loop back, hey? Oh my goodness, it's the idiot again. It's the idiot thought. I was not just wearing their clothes on stream. I was selling a year's worth of exclusivity rights, meaning I couldn't work with any other clothes company. I was selling a year's worth of my content. For 12 months, I spoke about Tommy Hilfiger and broadcasted the company to my audience. 765 hours of content they got out of me wearing their clothes to 500,000 unique viewers, which they otherwise would not have reached. Not to mention the evergreen real estate of all of my VODs that are archived on my channel, where you can click on basically anything from 2023 and I'm wearing something to do with Tommy Hilfiger. These are things that they get for that price. So try not to consider when you are a streamer as, oh, it's just a stream. It's a 2-hour stream. It's more, as you've seen, it is a part of your company that you are selling, and there's credibility with that. Obviously, if they came back to me again and asked me to do it again, I probably would, because frankly, I like Tommy Hilfiger. I got to go to the New York fashion show. That was sick. But there was a lot of downsides. I didn't get to hang out with my friends during the first Amsterdam TwitchCon trip because I was out taking photos for TwitchCon, for Tommy Hilfiger. So I just missed the whole day of hanging out with my friends. There's a push and shove, a give and take. I'd be saying, don't worry about Tommy, he'll figure it. Nice. That's really good. That's really good, Jimmy. So like, you know, there's ups and downs, but I think overall, Tommy Hilfiger and I left that in good faith. We left that sponsorship feeling pretty good. I mean, they sent me flowers. I don't know if they sent the others flowers. I think they like my content a lot. That's not me trying to compare myself to the other streamers. They were all lovely. But I really put in everything I had into that sponsorship. I mean, I went and stood in the sea, for goodness sakes. Surely that's worth something. You can boil this job down into, I'm just playing video games. But every brand that we work with and every decision that we make feeds into our image that lasts a lot longer than after we click stop streaming. And we have a duty of care to only work with brands that we actually trust and believe in. This is a credit slide. It's important to give credit where credit is due. I got these slides from Slides Go. So thank you for that. How do you balance the give and take to make sure you aren't giving too much of yourself? I think it's purely just something that you need to look inwards. It's got to be something that you look inwards for. We're going to do a Q&A. American Heart Association has kicked us off with an absolute beauty of one. But first, I need to mention the sponsor of the latter half of this stream. Scarfs Off. It's not Big Scarf. This is going to be a sponsor that is around for the next few months. Sort of like a trial period, if you will. One moment. Let me grab this. This is such happy music. I was so sure it was Big Scar. Edit panels. One of the deliverables of the contract is that I have a panel at the bottom underneath. Boop, boop. Where is it? Where is it? Oh man, this is a bad time for my entire PC to brick. Hold on, hold the line. There we go. Let's move that up. Where'd it go? Why is it just disappearing? Hold the line. Where have you gone? There. There, and then submit. Boop. Something went wrong. They hate me. They actually hate me. Twitch actually doesn't want me to be paid. I bet it's because it's a web P. Hold on. Okay. WebP to PNG converter. I genuinely think that WebP is whoever created the WebP file format needs to have a long think about what they've done. This is really serious. So we've narrowed it down. It wasn't sponsored by Big Sweater and it wasn't sponsored by Big Scarf. Okay, We're getting closer to who it was. It's not sponsored by Big T-shirt. I'm sorry. Big Pants next. No. All right. You can just remove format from the link. Huh. Okay. Big headphones. No, it's in the title now. It's holy. I'm going to talk to you guys about these guys in a second. Plot twist. Oh, it's actually really nice and cold. Hold on. It's so warm in here. Oh, is it because I have the radiator on? Probably because I have the radiator on. I'm not kidding. We have been overdue. We have been overdue a juice, some kind of juice sponsorship. We're going to get into a talk about this in a second. I was watching some of the Holy sponsorship so much recently. Well, it is a juice spawn. It is a juice spawn. Okay, it's in the title. It's there. Okay, so I need to talk about Holy real quick, and then we're going to do some Q&As while I enjoy my Holy drink. Big juice, big juice. Where did it go? I had a nice slide for this. Up. Boop. Holy, this is them, in case you don't know. So, we've been overdue at the Juice Cafe, some kind of drink sponsorship. However, there's been a problem over the years. Number one, it needs to be something that I can actually physically drink. I don't mean in a taste sense. I mean, how much caffeine does it have in it? Certain other drinks that do sponsorships on Twitch have a lot of caffeine in them. And if I have one of them past 4, I will not sleep. Just objectively speaking, I won't get any sleep. And if I have, God forbid I have 2 of them in a single week, I will actually crash. Like my brain, the crash out is insane. So that ruled out a pretty big competitor for the like Twitch space. Secondly, it needed to be tasty. Some of you may remember that I had some product given to me a couple of years ago of a drink, and I thought maybe this is the drink that I will end up using a lot of. It was okay. It was sparkly water. Sparkly water isn't for me. It wasn't made for me. And while it was like kind of like cool imagery, it was a bit edgy, which I guess they did on purpose, but it wasn't really like something that I wanted to attribute to myself with. And I didn't want to, it was angry water and I didn't want to drink it on the regular. Thirdly, it can't have anime boobs in it. And that's kind of a given who I am. But like, you'd be surprised how difficult of a filter that is for some of these sponsorships. Like, I don't want to be drinking out of a shaker where there's just like anime waifus on the side. And Holy ticks literally all of these boxes. Number one, speaking of boxes, I actually didn't mean to do that. Okay, those that were paying attention during the like format bit, what does this mean that I have product in my hand? It means that part of the benefits of this sponsorship is that I get free stuff. Thanks, Holy. I was. I don't know. Well, clearly you weren't. Look at this. Look how nice this is. That's not an anime waifu. I say it's an orange. Luan says it's a peach. It definitely is a peach, but I'm calling it orange because if I wave it around enough, you can't tell. So like, oh, whoa, look at orange. And it's in orange and white. So like, they clearly care. Look at this. Look, it's me. That's me in a shaker. I'm going to go through what these actually are in just a moment. Let me go back to this real quick. Is this the right button? Yes. So they have caffeinated versions. Where is it? They're in these boxes right here. No, these are 2 iced teas. Oh, the caffeinated one is in my kitchen. They have caffeinated versions. They're good, and I drink them because it isn't nearly as much caffeine as it doesn't make me crash out. It's a good amount of caffeine. But what I go for is the hydration ones. I'm going to show you them now on the big screen. Basically, this is a powder. It's a powdered drink. And they have, I think, like over 60 or 80 flavors. So you got like lemon, sour cherry, strawberry kiwi. If one of these sounds like a flavor that you wouldn't like, for every flavor that sounds like, there's like another 5 that you would. There's white peach. There's pear. This is a personal favorite of mine. I also really like white peach. I really, really like them. And they gave me a starter kit, which is what all these boxes are. And they were like, just try it. Try it and see for yourself whether you... they have got lemon. Try it and see for yourself whether you like it. And I do. And you know that I'm not lying to you because I've been drinking it for the entire stream out of my orange bottle. And why would I do that if I didn't enjoy it? Hold on. Oh, it's empty. This was full at the beginning of stream. So now I've just got an empty shaker. I was going to say that. You know me too well. Yeah, take sponsorships you actually like and hope that you actually get ones that you actually like. They have milkshake flavors. They do. I don't have any of those here, do I? Wait, I do. Oh, no, I don't. I did have the milkshake one today. It's good. I would almost recommend giving half of a serving of milk when you do it. It's a lot of milk. 500 milliliters of milk is a lot of milk. So I put like 300 milliliters in and it was really flavorful. I had like vanilla one and there's like strawberry ones. There's a bunch of stuff. But essentially, I was going to show you like how to do it, but I've run out. I'll do it in a little bit. My mind's all over the place because I'm very excited to talk to you about this. So the idea being is that if you get a starter kit, you get a bunch of these little sachets. A lot of really good ones. My favorite ones are in the iced tea box, which is here. Boop. You've got like lemon, and it's like actual real tea. It's like lemon, honey, and like black tea. You've got this one that I'm drinking right now that's in that is, where is it? Acai and hibiscus tea with blueberries. It's good. It's good stuff, guys. So let's put this on the chart, shall we? Let's see where these guys go. Let's back up a little bit. I'm going to be totally transparent with you and point here. They've given me free product to talk about this, to try it out, and I like it. They're paying me a flat rate, which means that they're basically good because they're not having this all be about how much I can shield to you. But as an incentive, they also gave me the option, if I so wish to have a code, a commission code. So every time you use Juice 5, I get paid. Or if you have if you're a new customer, use Juice 5. Or if you're a returning customer, use just the word Juice. They even got me the tag Juice, which was harder to do than you'd first expect. They were like, "What code do you want?" And I was like, "OJTV or Juice." And they were like, "We'll try it. We'll try and do Juice because that's cool." And they got it. And I'm very, very, very thankful for them because I think holy.com/juice is sick. There's a lot going. Is this only in UK? It's worldwide except for the States. That's not our fault. Blame a certain president. Hey, I feel it. Those tariffs suck. As someone who sells merch worldwide, those tariffs suck. I apologize if you are in the States. I know a fair few of you are, but they are a German company that is basically heading out into the UK via UK streamers to kind of show people what they're about and what they do. They're basically a better alternative to like conventional energy and soft drinks. I have scrutinized the back of these packets like you would not believe, trying to find anything that I felt like wasn't above board. There's nothing. It's like genuinely, I'm not going to say healthy because it is, you know, an additive to water. But if you're wanting more water in your diet, it makes it go down real easy. And the amount of sugar that is in these things is like minuscule compared to other conventional soft drinks. They go worldwide, literally worldwide, except the US. I'm so sorry, American Heart Association. The iced tea is high in vitamin C. It's enhanced with fibers, antioxidants. This is like the stuff that I want to tell you about in terms of like the fine print of why it's actually worth bothering with. Their hydration ones are like have electrolytes in them, which is good if you're going about. I'm not going to say it's a sports drink, but it is a hydrating drink. It's very refreshing. There's 0 sugar. There's no aspartame, I think is how you pronounce it. There's no taurine, which is a big thing that is in a lot of other drinks. Pretty much every major other powdered drink or energy drink has taurine in it. And now I'm sad. I'm sorry. I will bring some with me to TwitchCon and hand it out at different points. And if you want to support me and you use my code, I get paid. You get the stuff. You get £5 off. If you live in the UK or I think mainland Europe, although I didn't test with this, the shipping's free to the UK. When I went onto the store, it was free for the UK when I got a starter kit, which meant that I could get like up and going with the iced tea stuff and a shaker for as low as like £20. And they've by far, and I want to stress this, the reason why I'm going on about this so much is that when they came to me and I said, what are the deliverables? What do you want me to do? They said to me, whatever you want. Like, you know your audience better than we do. Just go ahead and tell them about the product. Show them that you like it if you do. And from like here on out, it's in your hands. That's very rare. Hi, Holy Sammy, with a big suitcase of Holy. Thank you. Holy Sammy is part of the team. So one example of that is, notice there's no visuals on the screen. They sent me one of the like contracts to sign, and I was Holy's like, whoa, thanks for the 10 gifted. Oh, thanks, Holy. I appreciate it. See, this is the kind of relationship that as a creator, you build with a brand that you trust. And the only reason I bothered giving you all of that information about partnerships is I wanted you to know how serious it is and how serious I am about turning down sponsorships that I think are a waste of time. And for something like this, that isn't going on TikTok, there isn't like a one and done thing. It's a long-term sponsorship of something that I am passively ingesting. It has to be something that I care about. And I do. It's a lot more legit than here's a script. Yeah, they get it. They get about authenticity. So what I was saying was they sent me a contract and it was like, here's a couple of things that you could do. Put !! Holy in the title, have it be a command in the chat, have it be a timer, have a panel on the bottom, have something on your screen, like a little asset off your overlay. And I very respectfully went back and was like, I don't really do overlays. I find that it like tarnishes the view for the audience. You know that I try and keep this as minimal as possible. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Don't do it. The card is an exception. It's not a sponsor. So that's very kind of them. And that made me even more excited to work with. This makes it look like that's a massive suitcase of Holy. That makes it look like the sachets are like this big. Because you can't tell that that's sitting on a desk. Imagine I lean down. I'm like, what? I'm going to show you quickly. First, I've got to drink this. Oh, it's empty. Never mind. I was so excited to drink it. I spilled it on myself. I thought it was empty. No. Stop laughing at me. Oh dear. Stupid. Stupid days. Right, I'm gonna go make myself a cup of this and show you how easy it is, and then we'll get on to the Q&A. Don't do it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna choose an iced tea one. Let me just go through the flavors that they have for the iced tea. And I'll give you my honest opinion out of 10. Gosh, there's so many flavors. Hold on, wait. It takes forever to go through the book. Points on different shirt when he's back. I would never do that. I'm living with my mistakes. All right. Acai and hibiscus tea, apple green tea, raspberry vanilla hibiscus tea, peach black tea, mango passion fruit black tea, lime mint matcha green tea, lemon and honey black tea. Any of those stand out to anybody? These are all the iced tea versions. Peach black tea. He still ignores it. What are you chatting about? What am I saying? I suggest you take the peach one, as that is the thing on the shaker. You mean this orange here? I'm seeing a lot of peach. I'll do a poll. Hold on. Which one? Peach. I think somebody said raspberry. And lemon. All right, there you go. Boop. All right, while you vote on that, literally all I need to do to get ready for it is just fill this up. Hold on. The starter kit is good. The poll only has one option. That's not true. You say we all want peach and then it's almost tied between peach and raspberry. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. If you don't want to faff around with sachets all the time, eventually you can get, if you can get the exact flavor that you want as a tub, and it ends up being like 80p a drink for every like 500 milliliters. You get like a big tub. And the amount of drinks that you get from it is really good value. It's just peach, peach 2, peach 3. You're lying. You're lying. Right, peach. I don't think I've had peach. Look at this little guy. This is the guy ever. Wait, why does it say peach on the thing when it's orange? They put an orange. I'll talk to them. I think they made a mistake. That's clearly an orange. Fools! The fools! What are they thinking? It's also a nice ritual, to be honest, that I've enjoyed every morning. The only one that I found is particularly too tart for me is the apple ones, which is perfect because Luan is obsessed with them and just steals them from the box every time that they come out. This is a bit superfluous, the fact that I filled a bottle of water to pour it into the bottle of water, but I would do this at the tap normally, obviously. So you literally just pour it in. It's got this little, you see that like breaker in the, okay, can you focus please while I'm talking to you? What's wrong with you? You see that like little breaker down there? It's like a silent piece that they put in that allows you to break up the powder. And then you just pour. Boop. Cover this so I don't accidentally spill it. Yeah, I'll be honest, what I wanted from a sponsorship like this was just a nice fruity drink. And it's exactly what I got. So it makes it the easiest thing ever. And there you go, done. It's done. Oh, the black tea comes through a lot there. That's really nice. Like, I genuinely think that them making an iced tea selection was one of the greatest moves that they've ever done, because like, man, I'm just such an iced tea lover. I became an iced tea lover when I started dating Luan and going to the States more. They love iced tea over there, and just having different flavors of iced tea is just is a genius move. Is their main advantage that it's efficient? I don't think in any of their talking points or anything they actually ever talk about, unless I'm mistaken, the fact that it is efficient. But like for me, having them all in individual sachets and the bottle being the exact amount. So they give you this. When I started, I was like, okay, I'm going to fill this up to the line that it tells you to. This is one that my other actual one that I use is in Luan's room because she's using it. This is one that came with a different box. I was like, okay, how much water did you get in this? And I filled it up to here. And then I poured that into here and noticed that it came up to here. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to use this bottle every time I do it now. So now I just pour the powder in, fill it up to here and shake. And then, but on the sides of the packets, it kind of shows you here, just like the 1, 2, 3, put powder in, put water in, enjoy. And if you're after like a little bit of a milkshakey vibe, then it's a no-brainer. Does it leave the weird powdery residue texture in the drink? If you don't shake it enough, yes. You got to give it a proper shake. Like, you can't be like, that's what it all needs to hit the top of this. So you have to like properly go for it. Can you mix flavors? Get this person out of the building. What are you doing here? How dare you ask a question like that? You can, I guess. I'd never considered it. Wow, Dally, you're truly a maverick. All right. Q&A time. Are the bottles dishwashable safe? I don't know. This one definitely is. This one you don't need to. I mean, you don't really need to dishwash them at all, I'll be honest. When you want to clean it out to get a new flavor in. Like, I cleaned... Before stream, I had this full of milk, which is obviously not something that you particularly want to have in the next drink that you have. So I just went like, shh, and then poured it out. Looked in, no milk, carried on. I think if you were to... Can you clean the inside of a sponge? If you so wish to. I'm only taking this bit off, but... Oh, that bit comes off. And then this bit comes out. Look how frothy it is. Oh, there's like iced tea froth in there. That's because I shook it a load. Yeah, it comes apart. They've also just got a really nice style. Like, if we go to their website, which you can do, by the way, by typing in !holy. I'll accept those cookies. Can I look at their, like, shakers? Boop. They've just got really nice colors. You might recognize that a certain Super for Eloise has also joined in on this. Before me, mind you. I believe she's got this one. This is like a milkshake vibe. Does she have this one? Oh, no, it's this one. Wait, I can't remember. Holy moly. So yeah, they've got like a lot of... Luan says this one looks like a Nerf dart, which I quite like. It looks like one of the ones that are going to go... And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. The sky's the limit when working with Holy. Like, if you guys mess with them in a big way, custom orange juice TV related stuff could be a possibility. I'm not going to make any promises. Should your code be in the command? Yeah, I suppose so, really, shouldn't it? But also, if you just use Juice 5 at checkout, then they'll see that you came from me. And that's when I get paid. I won't get paid a commission fee if you don't put Juice 5 in. Juice 4 does not take... Oh, it's called Juice 5 because it takes £5 off. How many packs in a single box? I think 10. Is it like bundles of boxes, or can you buy individual ones as a sample? So there's something called like a sample starter pack. Where is it? All products. Here we are. Boop. So you can do like iced tea sample packs if you want the caffeinated versions. If you want energy ones, they do like... It's kind of cute, to be honest. They do like Acai Anaconda, little tarantula, tangerine tarantula, grapefruit giraffe, kiwi kangaroo. It's all very cutesy, isn't it? Kiwi Komodo. Did I say kangaroo? Wildberry wolf, Peacock's punch. Yeah, these are all just MCC teams. So you get a 10 pack for about £12. That's $1.25 per serving. However, if you go eventually, when you find the one that you really like, you get like the tub, and then it's where is it? You're looking at about £40, and you get 50 servings. 50 servings, mind you. This is 500 milliliters. This is a liter, and I think that the powder is strong enough that you can fill this up all the way, and it's still like I don't do a 500 milliliter serving I do 1 liter to 1 sachet. So you could actually get 100 servings from this if you were drinking at the strength that I am. And this is more than enough for me. If you wanted to be a little bit stronger, put more in. All right. Thank you very much for listening to my sponsorship. I do really like them and they're really kind. Like, not only is the product nice, but the company is excited to work with me. And I'm excited to work with them. I will get you a tub of apple. Don't worry, Luan. Except you have to get your own bottle and drink it on stream. Wait, we should have... you should get involved. And then people can use /lemon code on checkout. And then it'll be a war between us on who... all right. Any questions off the back of anything that I've said? Hold that thought. I need to use the loo. Is my wife helping sell my product? What flavor can someone name? Let's see if they have it. What do you mean? Like, I just like to help people? No, I appreciate it. Because I miss a lot of the questions that happen from it. Like the specifics, because I'm too... And also, that was probably the most scatterbrained pitch that anybody's ever given of Holy. Because I was so focused on saying the stuff I needed to say for the sponsorship stream that I just completely, like, when it finally got time to announce the sponsorship, I was like, oh, it's tasty. I like the taste. Good. My Twitch rival sign is bleeding. Well, the bit in the middle, that's from when I cut it in half in order to fold it to fit into my suitcase. Can Luan come into stream to give it? You just want to see my wife. Anyway, all I'm saying is, as a final wrap, I'll talk about it at the end of stream as well. If you like the concept of fruity drinks and you want to cut down on your sugar and you want to support me, give it a try. Get one of the taster sets. My recommendations would be either the hydration ones or the iced tea ones, but the caffeinated ones are good too, but caffeine isn't massively for me. Try it. If you like it, great. You've just found a nice new thing to enjoy. If you don't, thank you very much for supporting me. No worries. All right. Questions about sponsorships. Very fitting. Obviously, a whole topic that we didn't cover was working with charities, as you've mentioned, American Heart Association. Can you pick specific flavor, like multiple for one pack? I don't think so. That would be a cool idea, though. Oh, sorry, guys. I meant questions about sponsorship specifically, not this sponsorship. I'll talk about that later. I think they're purely online. Questions, what's the difference between an ambassador for Tommy Hilfiger as you being a Twitch ambassador? So the word ambassador is just a general idea of like, you vouch for them, you endorse them. And for something like Tommy Hilfiger, that comes with a like fixed price overhead. Twitch doesn't pay me to be an ambassador, but they do give me more paid opportunities. Like if something comes across their desk that they think I'm a good fit for, because they know that they trust me, they know that I'm not going to say anything bad and I'm going to deliver on time, they will be more likely to pass that across my desk. We're working in being on shops like Sainsbury's and Tesco's. We're in supermarkets in Germany. Oh, sick. I didn't know you guys were in supermarkets in Germany. Let me just quickly VIP you, Sammy. So that's what I would say the difference is. But both essentially count for the same thing. What am I doing? I am acting as someone who points to the thing that I'm an ambassador for and going, oh, isn't this a good thing? What I get out of it changes depending on what the brand is. Yeah, German YouTubers, like in Germany, Holy is it. In the same way that Eggy Party was a huge thing in China and we didn't know about it, Holy is a huge thing in Germany and we didn't know about it. We've been sleeping on this. And it's an honor to be a part of that push to be like, and we're in the UK kind of thing. This is a good question. Oh, I missed it from the American Art Association. Boah. I'm going to scroll up. I would love to know your honest thoughts on charity streams and what you wish charities knew about creators. Only if you're okay about sharing this. Yeah, so it can be really tricky. I have had a lot of... I'm going to stop reading chat for a second so I can lock in on this. I've had a lot of charity opportunities come across my desk that I unfortunately have had to decline because I've never heard of the charity, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but I don't know about them. It might be at a time in which I'm not able to do it. It might be asking for too much. It might be for something that I wouldn't normally do. Sponsorships and charities are an interest. Like a charity is essentially a sponsorship, except you're not being paid because of course you're not. Sometimes they do pay you, but I've never been paid for one. Thank you very much, Portal, for the raid. And I don't know if I would want to be paid for one. It would feel a bit weird to say to my audience, please give money to this charity, but also I'm pocketing something from you doing this. It's like, well, why aren't you giving that money to the charity? And then there's the uncomfortable conversation that needs to be had. I knew it was Holy. You're too clever. You're too clever. You did say this weeks ago, I had to completely air your guess because I didn't want to reveal it, but you did. You're an Eloise chatter. And then I appeared on an Eloise stream and now here I am. So here you go. There, now you know. I think I really enjoy events backed by charities. Yeah. If a charity wants to do something cool, their best bet is to work with a like development company for Minecraft to make that something cool happen. Like Jingle Jam. Jingle Jam obviously is a massive, massive charity movement. But like even something like Gamers Outreach, who will basically say to me, do whatever you want. We're doing spooky season, maybe play a spooky game, but they just give it to me and go, do whatever you want, is a big help. The uncomfortable conversation that I just then forgot about, and I'm not going to forget about this because I need to mention it, is to a certain extent, and I don't like talking about this, but your audience has a finite amount of money. And if you do sponsorships like charity events, they will give that money to somebody who isn't you, which isn't a problem. That's nice. But this is also, as your streamer, a job. And much in the same way that you wouldn't do subathons back to back to back because you don't want to be like, and give me more money and I'm wringing out your pockets, give me every last piece of cent. In that example, when you do a charity stream, you are essentially offsetting your income with the money that people are giving to that charity that they otherwise are not giving to you in that moment. Maybe there's people in the community that are more likely to give to the charity and they weren't going to give you that money anyway. But to a certain extent, there are going to be people that do give money that they wouldn't then give me because it's gone to the charity, which is fine. But I do need to be also, mods would cry. Yeah, that would be bad. So it's a balancing act for streamers. So if somebody has recently done a charity stream, the likelihood of them doing another one is very low. 3 things. Love Tropics, Gamers Outreach, Jingle Jam. Those are my bread and butter. Those who I go with the most. If I'm going to work with a charity stream outside of that, it needs to be something that really captivates me, and either needs to be something new and exciting, or there needs to be something that grabs my attention with it. Also, it helps if it's a group thing, because if you want to work with people who objectively don't have extensive amounts of money to give, it can be a sort of spread out a bit instead of feeling a bit stressful on singular individuals. Yes. You seem to balance that act off stream as well. How do you mean? With charities, I mean? Well, in terms of my giving to charity, I don't tend to talk about that too much, but yes, I do have stuff in place in my life that, at least I try not to talk about it too much. You seem to invest time and effort, money into charity outside of stream. Yeah. I just tend not to talk about that much. I have to go. No worries. Thank you for joining. So it's not like you're unaware of it or money hungry. Yeah. This is also for Luan. Would you rather be a part of the event led by other creators or brands specifically? That's a good question. If anybody has any other questions, let me know. We're going to probably be entering into our Minecraft segment. I've got maybe like an hour in me of Minecraft. We've got to make some effort into getting the world up. I can also answer questions while I do Minecraft stuff. No ways, a Minecraft segment? Yes, really. Minecraft, flip it around. Minecraft. Have you ever reached out to a company saying you'd like to sponsor them? Yeah. I did a lot before I had an agency. There's only so many times that you can say, do that and then not get anything in return. Occasionally I'll also mention to the music setting perfectly. Occasionally I'll also say to my agency AFK, hey, can you do you have any connections to XYZ? And I'll go, yeah. And I'll go, can you reach out to them for me, please? So like, yes, but it doesn't always work. And the tricky thing is, the unspoken thing is with that sort of stuff, is you're kind of coming to them being like, hey, I like your product anyway, but pay me to talk about it. Which comes across as a little bit like the company's like, I'm going to hedge my bets that you're going to talk about it on stream anyway, so I'm not going to pay you. What? You're probably going to mention it at some point that you like it. Which is why we make such an effort to like put tape over the cans of stuff that we drink when we're on like the tubathon. Because it's like, no, you don't get free advertisement. Everybody knows what that is. But I'm gonna draw a line in the sand and say you haven't paid me to do it, so I'm not gonna give you any free exposure. So yeah. Holy question. Are you an energy guy or are you doing like strictly hydration? I need to measure the amount of caffeine that is in, we can find out now. I need to basically not intake too much caffeine. I am an iced tea and hydration guy all the way. I will occasionally have one of the energy ones when I need to like dip into fuel reserves, as it were. Which in turn makes free exposure actually mean a lot because you really like this. Yeah. You gotta like actually properly commit. The camera must stay focused. I feel with Holy, I currently can't risk being unable to choose a small amount of flavors. That's fair. In terms of like what, you can't get a box. Are there like certain flavors that you know you wouldn't like? And so you're like, I can't get a box that has all of them. Okay, what are we looking at here? 160 milligrams of caffeine per 7 grams serving. That's a pretty high amount of caffeine. It's like a moderate to high amount. So you would feel an energy boost from this. Hopefully, obviously, it's an energy related drink. So if they had a small amount of caffeine, that would be a bit of a weird. 160 milligrams. How many milliliters is one serving? I think these sachets are 7. So you're getting, I think, 160 milligrams of caffeine per serving, which is what you would expect from something that markets itself as a energy-related thing. This is the baked apple boar, by the way. That does sound really good. Baked apple boar. What is one serving? Yes, one serving is one of these. But I think they had something. I'm going to go and look. Hold on one sec. They have something called New Caf, which is apparently like a slow release, 4-hour caffeine release. So there's like less of a... I need to do more research into what New Caf is. But it's like a release of caffeine over a 4-hour period, which I think results in less crashing. To put it bluntly, I've been having a lot of these different sachets, enough that when we finally actually locked in a contract with them, I had to ask them to send me another starter kit because I didn't have enough to show on stream. Like I'd gone through enough of the flavors that I was like, I actually can't physically show them everything based on what I've got. And I've been doing all of that without feeling like trash. So that's pretty much it. And I know I've not been feeling like trash because of what this is, which I'm not going to talk about because I'm not sponsored by them. But I'm checking my vitals and it's not disrupting my sleep. So it's the best I can give you, really, the fact that I'm sleeping well, which that's why I used it. Not for this sponsorship. It just happened to pair up at the same time. I was thinking there's got to be a reason. I just wanted to check how good my sleep was because I really want to make sure that I'm sleeping better in 2020. Also, it's nice that they have specific categories. Yeah. I think I'm too much of a variety guy that I would ever get a specific tub. That's not true. I actually really like the blackberry and hibiscus one, the acai one. Acai? How do you say it? Yeah, I think what drew it to me the most was the fact that it wasn't all energy related. Like, I really couldn't go all in on drinking something daily that was all about, like, caffeine, 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 high energy, high energy. I'm too old for that. Acai? Oh, cool. Acai? Bye-bye, Starry. All right, let's launch up Thingy Bob. Thank you very much for letting me talk to you about this. If anybody has any questions about sponsorships in general, let me know. See ya, AHA. Thanks for ordering. I appreciate it. Will the sponsor go into the start of new Power SMP or will it end before that? What a sneaky question. I'm working with them for a few months. Will the stream tomorrow be at the regular time? It's still Outer Wild. It's going to be half an hour earlier, 5:30. Okay, boop. Oh, I'm at the wrong corner. Back I go. Whee! All right, let's do this. Okay. I think we're good to go. Ooh, I just got done watching a Rats 1 and Pirates. Oh, thanks. Let's load in the stuff over here. I think we're good to go. Could we ever have a little tour of season 4? Yeah, sure. Am I wearing my light shirt? Yes. Why don't I have any food? I think we, never mind. I'm glad you enjoyed playing Outer Wilds, and I'm glad you played it before I finished it so that you could have enjoyed it firsthand. Okay. Hello, little guys. Boop. Wait, no. There is currently no plan for Little Second Island. I don't really know what to do with it, I'll be honest. If I do this, then I can do this. There we go. Alright. No, that's too much. I'm still working on my VSMP fanfic. Nice. We need blue. Thankfully, I think we can get that pretty easily. Not too far from where we need to go. Was to stop feeling too hungry before dinner time. We have some curry left. We're doing some curry. That one movie where their bird gets stolen. Rio? Ooh. His name is Blue? Oh, I didn't know that. I dislike that. Is this a mine? Not really. No, it's just a portal. Oh, stop it now. Right where I was. It's a minor rate. It's a very nice staircase. Right, there's some blue just here. We don't need a lot of it. Let's just use this and get out, you know? Like, no point going all the way to the other area. This will work fine. Thank you very much. What have you guys been up to today? Why is the portal underground in a cave? It's just where it was.
How long have you had this hardcore world going for?
Year and a half? 2 years? In terms of days, though, it's not many. I actually don't know where it says the days. Can't see it. Finalized the school newspaper I run. Nice. School and ceremony. School and alien stage. I was free from work because of the snow. It snowed in Sheffield yesterday. Very cool. Very nice. Very pleased. Germany had a snowstorm. No snow, just rain. I'm so mad about this. It was pretty nice standing in the snow. I'm not to flex on you, but it was pretty nice. Wow, look, all of the Endermen are so nice. They've moved all of the blue to out here. I was actually going to start mining that, and then I realized I liked it more just it being like scattered around. I've been drawing a stuck at home since my country shut down because of the snow. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, we got snow up here. I think there was snow down south as well, though. Why do you crouch? When you're mining stuff like this, it's not uncommon for there to be, like, potholes, especially full of lava. By crouching, I ensure that even if I miss it, I don't fall down it. It also allows me to have my head slightly lowered down so that there's less chance of me looking at an Enderman. Although you could argue that actually looking down more like this means that my line of sight is less likely to look at one when I break a block, but whatever. There's not much snow, but the problem is that same snow is going to be around till early summer. Oh, dang. Wow, we can always learn something. Wow. Wow. They need to make a clear version. This doesn't do the drink justice. Like, the color of the drinks is really nice. And the bottle doesn't do it justice for the insides of what it looks like. They need to make like a clear one, which I guess is what this is, now that I think about it. But the drinks can be carbonated if you got a carbonator, but they don't come carbonated. I removed a lot of commands. Anything is possible if you believe. You could just put carbonated water in it. I personally wouldn't. There's going to be a snowstorm tonight, so hoping I'll be okay. I'm sure you will be. Did you add that cooldown to mine? That cooldown to yours? Do you not like carbonated drinks? I don't dislike carbonated drinks, but the carbonation that sparkling water has is not the same as what most drinks have. You walked into that? I asked you a question. Why would I... What do you mean I walked into that? Right. I think... Do you think that's enough? I don't know. It's difficult to know how much I need. Yeah, sparkling water tastes like white noise. Not a fan of it. Pew, 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 pew. I love cold sparkling water. Ooh, icy drinks. Ooh. I like lemonade. So I would put lemonade with this stuff. That would actually be really good. I might try it. Kind of defeats the purpose, I would say, a little bit, given that it's a low sugar, no added sugar drink. And then putting it with lemonade is sort of like, oops, all sugar. But still, it tastes good. And if you want some different flavored lemonades, diet lemonade, true. Everything is possible. Be free. There are no rules. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of rules, but yeah, I suppose nothing's stopping me. And it's not like I'm unhealthy. I need to try the milkshake powders with different types of milk. I might try it with oat milk next. Because drinking 500 milliliters of dairy is a lot for me. Someone who used to be a vegan and doesn't drink a lot of dairy anyway. So I might combine it with pretty good oat milk, actually. Oh, nice. There you go. Confirmed. I will report back. I forgot I added science to these. This looks cool. I like this song. Right. Let's go swap that stuff out. Oops. Ow. That's not the rhythm. Yeah, it is. That's the rhythm. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't feel right because the piano is slightly different. Oh, it's got some wonky tonky to it. And also you got like the bass in the background just going like that's doing something else. Jazzy tazzy, wonky tonky. Hey, welcome back here. Just in time, we just started the Minecraft segment. Why did you say earlier that you had to leave sad here? Was it because of Eggy Party? Serious answers only. Oh, it's because of an engaging presentation? Okay, well, that's, I suppose, a good reason. I was like, I've lost the confidence of the community because of Omni Generation and Eggy Party. I knew that this was gonna... I knew that this was going to come back to get me one day. Right, we're almost done with this. We only need a little bit more, and I knew we only need a little bit more. I had an appointment, now I'm back. Welcome back. On a real one, though, companies actually really need to stop saying that they're using AI when we can all tell they're not. Or at least the tech-savvy ones amongst us can tell them they're not. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that aren't tech-savvy, and so think that their fridge actually has got AI in it, and then their fridge is going to start stealing from artists. Or, like, having massive water consumption. Your fridge has got a camera. It's fine.
Switch helmet, I beg.
Oh, thank you. Do 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 do. Gonna be honest, majority of people are gonna assume it's generative harmful AI. Yeah, so they need to stop doing that. They need to stop being like, oh, our fridge has got AI. Woohoo! Although I will say, there is something to be said about not specifically AI, but the dumbing down of technology in general. Like when those servers went down last year, and then people's beds would just stay heated because they couldn't connect to the cloud to turn it off. Yeah, Cloudflare. There's definitely something to be said about the dumbification of technology and how it needs to happen right now. We are creating some massive single points of failure. Can they not just unplug the bed? It's a self-contained unit, I think. So that was kind of insane. Is there no switch? Hey man, I don't know. I just read the story. It's probably all a lie. But like, oh, what was it? There was that. This one isn't nearly as funny. It's actually a little bit like, oh. There was that smart fridge that had that TV. That had that screen on it. And then Netflix did an advertising on the screen of the TV that had like the words, "We're sorry, Carol, please forgive us," for like some kind of Netflix show. But somebody who was suffering from schizophrenia had that fridge and saw it, and then basically re-admitted themselves into hospital, into care, because they thought that they basically called their sister and was like, "My fridge is talking to me." And so their sister was like, "Oh no, okay, yeah, it's happening again." And then her sister later on was inside her house and saw the fridge saying that and was like, "Oh, no, actually, she did think that her fridge was talking to her because it was technically." Stuff like that. Stuff like that's got to go. How real is that story? I don't know. But I read it and I could feasibly see it as happening. And it's enough that like, why are there advertisements on my fridge? Can we not have that happen? Can we have that not happen? I like the scenario where that doesn't happen. Yeah, that one. I think like, could they fact check? Yes, but why would you? Like, your sister who has a history of doing this has called you in and said in good faith that this is happening. Why would you think it's an ad on your fridge? Ow. Man, those like sci-fi world building things where it's like in the future if you're like low on rent, you can earn money by watching an ad through your like brain implant. So you end up, people's full-time jobs are like ad watchers. It's crazy. Did I ever tell you the story that while I was at a friend's house, I used their fridge, which had a giant screen at the door, which yes, could access it, which meant yes, I could go to twitch.tv, and yes, I did watch Owen's Juiced on my neighbor's fridge. You did not. You have not told me that. That's kind of insane. And usually we have a rule about not apologizing in chat, but I actually do want you to apologize though. Sorry. Hey, how are you allowed to get away with that? Mods, how would that not trigger that? I hear a wandering trader. I wonder what he's got. Hello. Just get out of here. I don't know. It can't. It's not even worth killing you anymore because the leads of you can make leads of string now. Why was apologizing banned? Too many people were apologizing for things that they shouldn't have, and it began to mean nothing. So I had to ban apologies. It has been 6 months now, and it's still happening. I'm guessing it's probably been more like 3 months if I had to be. Since August, it's been 6 months, roughly. Half of what we stopped chat sending right now is apologies. That's really funny. One 1,000 times I've heard the word sorry. That kind of sounds like it's from the Epic musical. 1,000 times I've heard the word sorry. Look what you turned me into. Right. I think we're done there. Let's grab a bunch of grass. I want us to get better so I can do it as a joke. No, you don't understand. I want to do it ironically. Oh, as you are. I'm so sorry. It's really funny that you try and apologize sarcastically and it doesn't let you. That's more of a reason to keep it around. Someone say epic musical? I don't think so. I said, whoa, that's an epic musical. Gotta get rid of these flowers and these torches and this tall grass. Do. I don't care if you internally decide. I didn't ask. I don't want to know that you did. It's not connected up here at all. Do you have a favorite musical? Yes, Heathers. What's yours? Whoa.
Owen, you saying you listen to Epic just made me like you even more.
I didn't say that. You have no proof. I said I was saying Epic I was saying that's an epic musical. Dislike me more.
This is when I flex that I'm technically in the pro shot of Heathers/silly.
What does that mean? The pro shot? Thank you for the 100 bits, though, Crab. Oh, I'm out of food. I need to go get the thing. Go. A stack of food. The professional recording. Are you, like, close enough to the front of the audience that the camera picks up the back of your head? slash Gen question. Yes, but they also zoomed in on my face. Why? Are you just like... They're like, get that on camera. That person is amazed. It's like that one gif of Hillary Clinton when there's balloons and she's like... I was in cosplay. Oh, you cheeky devil. You sneaky badger. I can get a screenshot for... yeah, go ahead. Having the musicals is so good. I think I remember telling you guys. I think the first version that I watched was a school production because I didn't know what it was. And that became like my favorite version. And then when I watched the actual version, I was like, this isn't the same. And therefore it's worse. That's rookie numbers, but you got to get those up. Good time to play this again. Occasionally I get bored with my Spotify base and delete them all. Also, and thanks for introducing me to the High Road. Love it. Feel like it fits dark fantasies where it's a gloomy, dramatic setting instead of like an exciting, dramatic one. I don't know the one you're referring to exactly, but I'm glad that I could help. We need to sleep because this whole hillside is dark. The one in the first Outsiders VOD? Oh, wow, that's a throwback. Goodness me. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I will say Outsiders does open really well. That first stream is really solid. There was like, very rarely have we ever seen anything where like lightning catches like that. Like, I don't think many people really knew what it was. And yet it had just the right amount of branding that it like, people were drawn to it on the first one. I think they staggered it well as part of it as well. Radoons will endanger the family friendliness and the general canon of anything that he can get his hands on. That's just standard. Hello guys, do you have any blue grass for me? You do, thank you. Not a crazy amount, but enough. Right, one moment. I need to look and see what I'm missing. I think we need a little bit more over here, maybe? It's difficult to see from this angle. I need to kind of be like this. Maybe up here. It's difficult to see. I'll send you the screenshot and thank you. I'll check it out in a sec. Can I show it on screen? And then it turned into argument simulator. Yeah. And everybody loved it. And almost everybody loved it. Boop. Hang on. What do you mean argument simulator? It was just argument. The whole series was just argument. We weren't simulating anything. There was genuine arguments happening. What are you role playing? Sure. Yeah, so all my frustration there was acting. It's convincing, isn't it? No. I mean, you would almost bet that I IRL hated Ori, but it was all acting. I'm such a good actor. Time Times you walk away from a cover and go, by the way, that was out of character. Wait, do I really? Well, I just leave a conversation being like, that was really me. So I'm just sat here smiling. Hey, ignorance is bliss. No doubt. Okay, let's grab some of these roots. I think we're done with the grass for now. And then let's start adding this on. This is by far my favorite song from Joe. I need to stop playing the intros playlist of this. What happens is I choose my favorite songs and they go into intros, and then I don't, and then I overuse them, but they're too special. So we have to go back to General 3. I actually kind of hate General 3. Okay, let's go back to General 2. We're going back a couple of years. Because I'm pretending to get in on the arguments. Yes, it's argument simulator for you. And I am also here joining in. How did you get sidetracked and rant for about 3 hours if not careful? Never change, yeah. I love how much you care about the Minecraft stories. Because I care about them that much too. I'll like show myself clips and ref stream dates to myself. This stream is my argument simulator? Nuh-uh. No, it isn't. We haven't argued at all. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. We haven't. No, hundreds of times. We've barely spoken to each other for the whole stream. What are you talking about? You're objectively wrong. I can only do so many. Name 2. Because you never read us. Oh, that's rich. Oh, great. Thanks a lot. The real mature. Oh, streamer never reads chat. That's nice. Yeah, did you get that joke from Dali as well as with all the other ones? I don't think this is a bit anymore. It's a bit. It's a bit. It's a joke. It's a big joke. Don't drag me into... And you should hear this too. I'm not sure I want that to happen to me. Wait, I missed what you said earlier. I missed what made that relevant. Hold on. Bits like this are what made me nervous to become an established community member. Oh, my bad. I made up my mind by the time it happened. That's good, I think. And obviously I'm still here. Yes, yes. It's all in jest. It's all in jest. All in jest, isn't it? All right, Stevie? All right, see? From the horse's mouth. We need more roots. I was so excited the first time you made fun of me. I even said in chat, I've made it in this community, and then you made fun of me for saying that. Sounds like something I do. You did not? That's an expression. It's an expression. That's literally an expression. Calm down. You calm down. Okay, I will. When I was first bullied, I should probably go find it. Oh, I was about to reveal something that I shouldn't have done. Cool, that was a close one. We'll find out in due time. It's fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Like literally quite soon.
How are we all doing with our New Year's resolutions?
Pretty good. I kind of need to relock back in. The whole no phone thing is not going so well. My phone is the first thing I look at in the morning and the last thing I look at night. That's got to change. Someone's got to stop that. I turned the color filter on my phone to black and white over Christmas so that it would bring me less joy. And it did work, but it was also frustrating. Frustrating enough that I just set it back at one point and then to do like one specific thing and then forgot to set it back again. So that was short-lived. Not main, and he said, that says a lot about you, Joe. Had me looking like... I love how I don't even know what I meant by that. I just said it. You can say that a lot about anything. If someone goes like, oh, I play Ramattra, I play Mercy main. I'll be like, I'm sure. Yeah, I use flux so that the yellow filter comes in when it's getting lower, when the sun's getting real low. But it doesn't stop me from using it, and I need to stop using it. Okay, I think we're good, you know? I think we might be done with all of the like bluey... I think we need to do the stone next. Mine was because I copy pasted something in twice in chat and then you TTS'd it. Sounds like something mean that I would do. My brain is still getting used to the fact that when I drink from this, it isn't just like normal bland water, but it's actually like a nice fruity drink. Every time the first bit hits me, my brain goes, whoa! And then I'm like, oh yes, the drink. This is Tom Misch. I love Tom Misch. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. It's by FKJ and Tom Misch. Time I asked who can apply for VIP and was interested, and you kept being like, yeah, hint, nudge, nudge for a friend. That was so totally not you that you had to specifically bring it up again now. That's how little it wasn't you. Right. 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 Takes off gloves. All right. Oh, Parker. Bless you. Okay, we need to... I'm afraid... No, we'll do these guys next. Let me grab some Okra Frog lights. I don't know where from. Probably from over here. Let's take this outside. I'm the kind of guy that someone would be like, right, that's it. Let's take this outside. And I'd be like, okay, see you in 10 minutes. And then I would just not. I wouldn't leave. I would just be at the bar still. And then they'd have to come back and be like, are you coming or not? And I'd be like, I'm literally on my way right now. Come on. Still staying there. I don't know how that would go in an actual real life scenario, but I do kind of want to try it now. I need a little bit more... What's this stuff here? I think I would probably get my teeth kicked in. You'd be decked, yeah, and I'd be very sad. No, but then you'd be like, after I'd, recovered from being unconscious, you'd be like, oh, why did you do that? And I'd be like... So actually, it sounds like a great day. It's an absolute win. Explain to me this song is about, like, I don't know. Not an argument directly, but once you took me saying I get it now, like the Sammy Ray song, to explain what the song is about, like I didn't know. Was I rage baiting, or did I actually think you didn't know? Where did it go? Did someone move this? You can just hang over your wire if you know this, right? You're 100% baiting? Oh, nice. Good job, B. Okay. These are low altitude. I don't know. I need to come up with a name for them. I haven't fully come up with a name for them yet, but I will. Let's go like one here. And one here. I'll do like a twoozer here. Okay, fine. I'll draw them now. I like bloat bulbs. Bloat bulbs is good. I don't hate that. Kind of mad that you came up with it because I was looking forward to coming up with the name myself. But you know, you are good at naming things, so I can't deny that. So sorry. No, you're not. You'll do it again in a heartbeat. Twozer, threezer, fourzer, fiver, filzer. Very good. I also feel like that when I say twozer. Whoa! Is your next SMB character a rage beta? Far from it. Far, far from it. I don't believe that for a second. I swear to God on high, he is not a rage beta. Oop. He is also not a joy beta. Is your next SMB character a wife guy? Oh, I don't know if I don't know. I think he has no time for wife. Oh, he's the rage baitee. 100%, yes. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to be rage baited in this upcoming SMP. It's just something I've had to, like, admit to myself. Fruit juice is over? Why would you say this to me? Why would you say that? The way things were, you knew the way they would be. You knew exactly how it ends. So how much time will you spend rage baiting out of character? I don't know. It's difficult to say. I don't think I'll spend too much time. It's difficult because I am just sort of like, that is just sort of my humor anyway. But I can't do it too much because then I'll be out of character a bunch, you know? I can't make this work somehow. I figure out how to insert fruit juice. I meant can. I figure out how to. I can't make this work somehow. I can't make this work somehow. None of the formulas are lining up. So you keep reading it wrong. You keep writing it wrong. Get off my back. I'm just a guy, man. So you hate me? All right, pack it in. You're just hungry because we haven't had dinner. Give me a little bit of time and we'll start making it. You. Do you guys occasionally talk about us after stream? Yeah, we actually pull up the VOD immediately and start going through and pointing to people being like, that was really good. And then we go, oh, aren't they nice? Isn't that nice? No, we don't talk about you after stream. I'm so sorry. Different direction? Yeah, I went a different direction. That's another New Year's resolution that I was hoping that I would be better at keeping. The whole preparing dinner before stream so that we can stream longer. Hasn't really worked out. Life's busy, man. It really creeps up on you. It's the 9th. Is this a thunderstorm? I don't want a thunderstorm. It is a thunderstorm. By the way, the video is done for Best of Orange Juice TV 2026. I need to, well, I say it's done. It's formatted. I need to add subtitles. It's still probably going to be the end of this month that it comes out. I want to add like fun subtitles, actually put some effort into them, make them do the like whooshy whooshy special color stuff. Whoa. Oh, did I say 2026? Yeah, I've just gone ahead and collected all the best moments that I know are going to happen. I feel like it would be more efficient. This is a throwback. What happened? This song. Kai Dreams. Okay, let's attach this and look for some red. No, neither do I, Stevie. Barely at all. I think the red will probably be over here. What did I say wrong so I don't do it again? Huh? What are you talking about? Okay, I'm going to need some moss. I need some moss. Guys, what's going on? Are you run out of space again? There we go. What's your favorite rage bait moment? I don't really have one, I'll be honest. Whoops. I try not to rage. I try not to like purposefully go out of my way to rage bait. And I genuinely do mean that. It just sort of like happens to me. It's like a monster I can't control. The beast. They're all equal to me. That is rage bait. That genuinely isn't. See, this is the thing, right? I'm not trying to do that. It just happens. Mods have removed your message. I was curious if I said something wrong that I didn't clock. Please don't ask mods why you got timed out in the chat. Thank you very much. Oh no, not this again. I'm using Netherrack. No, you are, and this is rage bait, and I'm looking stupid, but I swear this is not rage bait. I don't enjoy rage baiting. I don't. Then why do you do it? You can say. It's a mystery to us all. It isn't asking specifically. So the intention makes sense, but usually mods will give you a warning when necessary over when you specifically need to like change your behavior. If they delete your message and don't give you any heads up, just carry on. You'll get an exact message from them being like, acknowledge this warning. Oh, goodness. Oh, down I go. Hello, Mr. Cow. What are you doing here? This is actually a really dangerous spot. There we go. There we go. Nice. Luan's sheep is over under there, I think. Yeah. Right, we have this. I think that's all of the dark spots up here. Ugh. I hate that this stupid mountain is hollow. Okay. Oh, hello, lads. All right. There more? Okay, cool. Don't worry, I defended you, Wandering Trader. Okay. Over here, maybe? Blah. 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 Anywhere else? I've played this game for a while. The noises come second nature. Okay, that all looks good to me. I think I saw one little spot down there that I need to go back to. What do you think? Looks pretty okay, right? You'd be wrong! Great, and now a creeper spawned, and I've died! Good job. Is there a message that says if it was auto mod or real mod to stop the messages? Because so far I only have it said it auto mod stopped messages. I'll leave that to the mods. I legitimately don't know how the moderation side of this website works. It's kind of embarrassing, really. Especially when I have to give like presentations on Twitch moderation systems. Twitch moderation system is good because it's called Brook, and when bad stuff happens, NPR tells them the NPR auto mod bot says does the command in chat, and then they remember, and I don't have to. And all of the Amazon executives are going, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, there it is! Call Tommy Bahama! Boop, boop. Okay, I'm just going to put this there. I think that's all of it. We now need to do the Firefly stuff. Which... No! See, look! I could have died! And you were going to let that happen! Okay, we're done. We need the Firefly bushes. And a lot of moss. More moss. Bit of grass as well. Ah, yay. Right, where was... Did I run out? Oh, no. Did I run out of bone meal? I'm not going to be able to get enough firefly bushes if I did. Alright, I'm biting the bullet. Chat, if you were an instrument, what would you be? Oh, I could always do it more anyway. Trumpet! A harp because I lark. Bassoon, piano. Wow, you guys like actually had this ready. Concertina, that makes sense. Luan, what would I be? Probably a kazoo. That's really deep, Xander. We're off to try and find a soul sand valley. Oh, there's one. Durability, thank you. Elijah's durability is pretty low. So each of these are 9, but each of these are 9 bone meal. Thank you. So it's pretty efficient. Like that in and of itself is kind of all we need, I'll be honest. But just in case, let's get a little bit more. Oh, look who's here. Yeah, you guys were right. This is a really good method. Do, 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 do. What do you think? What instrument are you? I think I'd be a flute. Or a piccolo. Oops. Not ocarina. I think that's too obvious of a choice. I can play the flute. I was like, flimsy? Sorry, an organ. And I'm dropping myself directly on top of you. What about a kalimba? I could go with kalimba. Oboe vibes? I don't want to be an oboe. I'd expect that from a pianoforte, not from you. Very good. I don't get any instrument vibes from you. I'm just a blank slate. I'm a concrete slab. Is this the way to home? I feel like this might be this way, actually. I was honestly surprised. You what? Huh. I've got a fam. Ooh. Have I told you guys about Holy? Topic change. I'm drinking peach. Wait, yeah, the link does have my... The command does have my link in it.
The entire orchestra tunes to the oboe. They often have solo moments within the pieces, and you can always hear when they're playing as they have a really distinct sound, but they can also blend beautifully with both the flutes and the clarinets depending on what's needed.
Oh, that's like a genuinely really nice thing that you've said. What's that all for now? Oh, all right. Maybe you're all not so bad after all. Okay. Let's make a bunch of firefly bushes. I'm getting better at swapping out the last moment of that. We pop here, and then we go... Oh, dang it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stop it. Go away. Just like that. Bam. Done. Oh, and the what mods won't let me enjoy my retirement. What are they saying? Stop bothering Ravel. Helmet 2, thank you. We just miss her. Leave her be. Goodness me, you lot. How did we get a turtle? Oh? Oh, hey, man. He's just here. If you do that in line, do you get 3 per bush? Well, it goes like 1, 2, 3, and then you can't make any more. So like technically, yes. And then I like turn around and do it. It's not wasteful if that's what you mean. Like you can't use up more bone meal than you do get. It's basically a 1-to-1. Every piece of bone meal you'll have, you can turn into a firefly bush. And then you go, Bwah! I'm going to go with an auto harp, plucky and stringy but dynamic and full. It has this warm nostalgic feel to it. It's inherently a modern twist on old instruments. And the way you play it is basically by cradling the instrument, which speaks to you needing a soft touch and a heart to feel like you are ready to open up. Also, fun fact, popular with us Appalachians. That's very sweet. Goodness me, you really thought about that one, huh? I thought you'd just gone. I thought you'd like died from hunger or something like that. Boop, boop. Don't throw that, Owen. There. It's a very good point. Fair enough. Right. Get rid of these flowers. We have added a lot of these around the place. I don't know if I'm going to reliably be able to... The only way I'm going to be able to tell if I've added firefly bushes is just by walking up to them and seeing if firefly bushes... And also this. So I guess I need to go up to every single one, check if it has moss next to it, and then if it doesn't, do the old trick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then go... And then build up. And then put moss down. And that's what we're going to do. A lot of times. Go down one more. Technically, this will be a little bit lower than the others, but... Oops. Yeah, the moss carpet helps massively. I'm very pleased that they added moss. This is our last task for today, by the way. So if you got any questions or anything, throw them over to me. Boop, boop. There we go. Look at these tiny little stubby ones. When's boy breakfast? That is information I cannot give you right now, but will be released in more information in the next podcast when it comes out. Boop. Tone tag at the end there. Yes, I'm aware here. So, okay. Sometimes when you ask a question and you put a tone tag saying it's a joke, I'm still going to answer it because there's going to be somebody who actually does want to know the answer. So I'm not necessarily answering your question as much as I'm just letting people know that it's happening sometime soon. Fair enough. All right, begrudgingly. Oh, look at it. Whoa. There we go.
Owen, do you have any tips for making single player lore? I'm trying to do it, but I haven't done a lot of storytelling.
Oh, we haven't done a lot. I haven't done any of that since one try, since post Vitam. You got to decide whether or not you're gonna have how you're gonna have things. What am I doing? Have things happen to you. Naturally, there is no other people to talk to, so your cast is you versus the world. Like, the world is going to make an impression on you Moss carpet on that one. Go back. Oh my gosh. All right. Hold on. You're saying I didn't add moss carpet to this one? All right. And this one over here? Oh, yeah. If you wanted to show it, I'll show it now. How long ago was this? Wow, look at everybody in cosplay. Hold on. Look, it's you! That's you! 2022, May 19th. Dang. I didn't realize they would show the audience for professional filming. I thought, is that not the one when they have it like the camera's on stage and it's meant to be like filmed like an actual like shot for shot movie kind of vibe? Sort of. I see. Okay, that's done. Unfortunately, chat, we're gonna have to do the ones under the mountain, which I'm not looking forward to. You're mean to me. That's all you are. You're mean to me. Wait, where's my... Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. It's fireflies. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Interesting. Interesting style choice from them. They did 10 days filming the show, then one day where they did 2 shows filming just the audience with 2 different audiences, and I was invited to be in the evening audience. You were invited to be in the evening? Wait, what? You didn't buy a ticket? They specifically invited you to be in the evening audience. How well do they need to know you that they feel confident being like, yeah, you need to be here. I won the cosplay competition. Dang. Look at you go. That's sick. That's a pretty impressive Min's bingo card you got there. Yeah, no, actually, I can kind of see that happening. Okay, there's that one. After we've done this, we just need to do the stone on the sides. Get rid of that. I do have a pretty extensive Min's bingo card. I'm headcanoning that there's less of these orbs on top of the mountain because the gravity is less and thus the strength of the vine is weaker and it's more likely to let go of these than there are down here when the gravity is more and it's holding it more strong, keeping it tethered to the ground more. This is your what would you mean headcanon? All right, trying to make that hit tweet. Or like gets pulled till it snaps. Yeah, exactly. I've seen every actor do every part they cover except Joey Monty. Dang. How many times have you been? That's insane. I don't think I've ever loved anything as much, except my wife, as much as you love musicals. I don't think I've ever seen anybody like anything as much as you like musicals. It's the autosupport. I'm aware, I suppose, to an extent. August, that's insane. Me and Ebola. That's crazy. Do I have any more left? Yeah, a little bit. Oops. What does it look like at night? Let's, I'm probably going to be here for another 10 minutes, so let's get the next night. I don't mind Brooks having a Q&A. It takes the heat off me a little bit. It's like a huge thing. That's crazy. I did not know. I'm finding so much about you guys. Books. Hey, did you know I like a description? Yeah, I think you mentioned it once or twice. I'm moving this one over a little bit. Technically, I'm underneath where this is. This one's going to be a little bit frunky. That's only because it's so close to the edge. That's crazy. That is kind of crazy. Goodness me. Thank you for the 3 years. That's crazy. Wonder if I should see if I compare this for my heart rate. See if I can get a better heart rate monitor. Do you think the American Heart Association has Chatterino with the word heart as a ping? I want to know, did the American Heart Association like ask Twitch because they're a charity for partner? Or did they just lock in and get over get partner? Do you guys ever wonder that too when they're hanging out with us? Also, isn't it strange that the American Heart Association hangs out with us? To a certain extent, they must just be enjoyers of Orange Juice TV, right? Because, like, they're not a brand. They're not earning anything by being here. They're very nice. Is there another one over here? Yes. Okay, that's good. Genuinely, I'm not going to be able to tell which one of these don't have the fireflies, really. You guys is just for the next however long going to need to look around every now and again. And if I like walk past one and it doesn't look like any fireflies spawn. Moss, moss, moss. Moss instead of fireflies in hole. What? Huh? No. Go to last hole. Oh no, that was because it was next to a lamp. Look, look, look. There's a lamp here. And it was taking up space. So I just left it be. But it was a carpet. I didn't place it. It was already there, I promise. I just imagine the person running likes and uses it as advertising. Yeah, yeah. I imagine that's probably probably a part of it. I think it was this one. It was this one. Look, look, look. Look, it's carpet, yeah? But underneath it is that. And I can't put fireflies on top of that. You're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Right. Just going to fly around and I guess look for anything that don't have a... You know what? Better off would be instead of searching for whether there's fireflies, whether or not one of the stems has moss next to it or not. God is going to be okay. True. Boop. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, I don't have any blue for that, so put that there and hopefully come back to it. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Is that not what you're doing already? What? What have I missed now? Don't worry about it. I won't. I shan't lose sleep over it. This one doesn't have one. Whoops. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're done. There's probably a couple on this far side. Did I even add any on this bit? Not really. No, not at all. In fact, I haven't. Alright, hold on. When will you add fungi trees to the biome? I don't know if I want to do that or not. We'll see. Where are they all? They're all over there, okay. Hey, little guy. What's that you got there for me? You want me to pop this in here? There you go. I'll take that off you. We'll pop that in there.
I would just like to say I think my favorite Mince achievement is that I've somehow managed to make mincemeat adverts come up on MPR's Instagram. Neither of us follow each other or anything. It was just osmosis Soj TV lol.
That's amazing. That's truly special. What am I getting here? I'm getting the... So I gotta lock in for a sec because we're getting close to the end now. This. Do you guys know the guy who plays Minecraft who every time he sees diorite he forgets what it is? And he goes, "What is this? Diorite. What is that? What is that? Diorite. Huh." Just constantly. It really, really brings me a lot of joy. Oh, wow. This is a throwback. I guess we are in general too. Yeah, no thanks. It's really funny. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or not, but I still find it really funny either way.
Nearly 30 months. Wow.
Thank you, Candy Phone, for the nearly 30 months. Much appreciated. Dang, that is a long time. Sheesh. Oh, we don't have any blue grass over here. Am I fresh out? Because if so, there's just none over here anymore. Do, 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 do. A golden nugget is to use a gold bar. What is this song? Oh, Late Winters. He's the guy who does... Who made all of our noises. Our channel alert noises. He's the composer.
Maybe if fungus trees are too much work, make a singular one that's well lit to have it be like the center of the biome from where the fungus started spreading. Because I feel like a starting point for it might be nice.
Yeah? I'll see how I feel. Try not to feature creep too much. Right, that's all the... That's all the fireflies we have. Feature creep. It's an expression to mean like... have something grow past the point that it initially started as. Like if I was a developer If you started being like, oh, and I'd also like the program to do this, and I'd also like the program to do this, just a small thing. Eventually, I'd be like, this is your feature creeping. This is more than I initially set out to do. Hi, SMP. At some point, as cool of an idea is, you have to cut it to yourself and be like, this is more than I initially anticipated doing. We can always come back to this island once we've done more fun stuff. I think we're done, you know? Technically, I need to go fix one small thing. The next thing that we would need to do is all of the sides of the mountain to make it all blue, and the cave inside, and the beaches too. Sorry. So we gotta get all of the basalt stuff. What is this? Diorite. Gotta blend this back into just a grey rocky area. We're not doing rock pools. It's just like this without the pools. That's gonna cover pretty much the entire beach, which I think will help make it look a little bit more alien if we don't have this like lush beachy area. And we need to make the edges of this mountain be the same blue that's over here. That'll be interesting. And then we got to do that similar thing over here. Should have used similar palette on the mountain as well. Probably, yeah. Got to fish out all of the blooming horses from here. And then make this...
Owen, tell me one thing I haven't finished here. And don't mention the boiler room or the monorail or the side of the wall or the farm's pretty or the small island or the inside of the hopper.
And we're all done apart from those things. Good job, me. I think I deserved a well-earned break. Thank you very much for joining me. If you wish to chat with that is... I have like Sage of Ghost in there as well. Very fun. Wait, what? Huh? If you wish to share with chat, that is, I have like the stages of growth on there as well. Very fun. Did I miss a completely separate message from you? I'm not seeing anything in your chat history about that. I said in DMs the plant drawing. Oh. Oh, cool. I'm going to share this next time. You'll have to come back on Monday, chat. Oh, this is very good. Okay. Let's see who we can raid into. Mog Swamp is playing Vintage Story. Oh, I know Luann's going to love this. Thank you very much for joining me. Viewer retention hates this one simple trick. Again, if you want a challenge to the conventional soft energy drink that you've come to perhaps depend on with its however many milligrams of sugars that it has, I checked 500 milliliters of Holy is, I think, 0.6% milliliter for milliliter of sugar that you would get in a classic cola drink that I won't name specifically. So if you're wanting something that's fruity and tasty and nice, then for a fraction of the sugar contents, check it out. You can get Holy Hydration, iced tea, there's milkshakes, there's energy if you want to have caffeinated versions. And if you use my code JUICE5, which kind of looks like you're writing juices, which is fun, then I get a commission for that. You support me and you get £5 off your order. Thank you very much. I'll see you all later. Bye, 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 bye.